points as well as a leg up in the three-school district battle to be the ruler of the Ville. All right on the outcome of tonight's season opener here at Westerville North High School as we welcome you to Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton. It's Westerville Central and it's Westerville North going at it here to get the 2025 campaign underway. So good to have you with us here this evening, along with Ohio State Hall of Fame running back Jeff Logan. And on the sidelines, Kellyanne Stitz, I'm Marty Bannister. So much to talk about when you talk about a rivalry game. Heck, you know a thing or two about that. Playing in a rivalry game, great way to start the season.
No doubt about it. I love that they're getting kicked off this way for the 2025 season. Marty, it takes me back to all the way in January when these kids started making the commitment for this game tonight and how important it is to be ready.
Westerville Central went through a very tough season last year under first-year head coach Josh Franke. They went 1-9, but the feeling is much, much different this year for Coach Franke. And, Jeff, a lot of that rests on the freshman quarterback, Nate Miller III.
Yeah, how would you like trusting the keys of the Ferrari to a freshman that doesn't even have a driver's license? Yeah, but this kid is terrific. He can really make it go. His relation to his uncle, Braxton Miller, you may remember that name from Ohio State fandom. This kid is special.
Stan Jackson gets ready for his third year as the head coach at Westerville North, and felt at times last year, Jeff, his team got pushed around a little bit. They spent a lot in the offseason of trying to toughen up his Warrior football team.
Yeah, Stan Jackson went through a little bit of a first year that was great for him, and then they really had to work last year. Lots of injuries. They maybe weren't as tough as they wanted to be, but this year with Desmond Ocanty out there, they are really good. He's got a big job tonight because he has to protect the edge and not let Nate Miller get outside.
We're on the first leg of the ruler of the Ville. It's Westerville Central. It's Westerville North. Kickoff is coming up next. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton. There we go.
Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic check, mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are we good when we keep talking? Okay. Okay, Dean, I'm just going to do something about the game then, unless this kid scores. Oh, you guys are good.
Hello, 54321. Hello, Jeff Logan.
Hello, test 1, 2, 3.
Hello. Okay.
And take this? Okay. Okay.
You want me to toss it to Kellyanne when we come back on this, Dino? Okay, gotcha.
On this touchdown? Okay. I can't see what's happening behind me, so you guys are going to have to, I got to trust and believe.
The first touchdown of the season will be a very special one here at Westerville North as Micah Stein sweeps the corner and goes into the end zone for the first score and perhaps the most special score of the night. Always a great tradition here at Westerville North to get Micah Stein in the end zone. As they like to say here, he leads the area in touchdowns at the start of games. Congratulations, Micah. Everybody is rooting for you, and great job of rushing it in for the first score of the night and the season here at Westerville North. It is Westerville North, Westerville Central, moments away from kick tonight. The coin toss is a proud sponsor of Hilliard Lawn and Garden as we head into tonight's game. The opening coin toss won by Westerville North. The Warriors playing host to their district rivals from Westerville Central. And again, Hilliard Lawn and Garden since 1971, the proud sponsor of the coin toss tonight. The Warriors will defer, and the Warhawks, led by the highly touted freshman quarterback Nate Miller III, will get the football first here tonight at Westerville North. Let's go down to the sidelines. The third member of our broadcast crew, the one and only Kellyanne Stitz.
Well, Marty, what a way to kick things off with Micah Stein's touchdown. I don't know if you guys could hear in the press box, but the crowd was going crazy for Micah, and I caught up with his mom, Lauren, and she was a little bit emotional about tonight because he's a senior this season. He's been a part of the team under Coach Jackson. They've really embraced him as one of the guys. He practices with the team, and she's seen his confidence skyrocket because of that. She says he is a warrior in all aspects of life from participating in the football program. And when they walked in, Coach Jackson asked him, "Hey, are you ready to score a touchdown tonight?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm a touchdown maker, Mom."
And just a moment ago, he was in front of the Westerville North stands getting the crowd excited for this one here tonight. Moments away from kick. Great to have you with us for high school football 2025. Griffin Wolf approaches the football, and it's Omar Bangura to return it for Westerville Central. And he's straight up the middle of the field, out across the 25, and brought down shy of the 30-yard line. And we get things started tonight in this annual get-together between these two district rivals. Westerville North has won the last two get-togethers, but that's on the heels of Westerville Central winning 13 straight in this series, something not lost on either head coach, Jeff Logan.
No, I think absolutely. When Stan Jackson took the job here, that was his number one mission, at least from his standpoint, was to beat Central. There you see the starting quarterback. This is a young man that is a freshman. We talked about him in the opener, 6 foot 192. A relation, his uncle is Braxton Miller. Let's see what this kid's all about as a freshman starting his first game.
They go out of the shotgun formation to get things started, and penalty flags come in right away. Our first U.S. Army flag on the play.
By the snap, false start, offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Uncover your potential in the United States Army, and not all that surprising. We get a penalty right out of the chute.
Well, you get the little jitters going before a game, and you know I'm not going to blame that on your freshman quarterback, but that's your football team out there. You've had some scrimmages, made your mistake, now let's move on.
Miller will look to throw on the first play from scrimmage of 2025 and lobs it ahead, and the pass sails out of bounds as he was trying to get the ball to his favorite receiver, a dangerous offensive player for Westerville Central. That is 6 foot 188-pound senior Omar Bangura, and he is a guy to keep an eye on in this one tonight. Let's check our starting lineups in tonight's game as we look at this Westerville Central offense. We talked about Bangura a moment ago. Keep an eye on number 13.
Downfield on the offense, 5 yards. Still first down.
So we're going backwards again, 5 more here. Cam Hebner at that wideout spot's a good one as well, too. Kevin King-Foku at running back, another guy.
Correction, they have elected to decline the penalty. We'll have second down and 15.
All right, thank you. That is the referee, Chris Beckstedt. So we're going backwards, we're going forwards. And the ball will be back out to the 24-yard line. That offensive line's a good one as well, too. Brock Bauman at that right tackle spot is headed to the University of Pittsburgh and has an offer from the University of Pittsburgh. So after the walk-off, it's 2nd and 15, and the handoff goes to Foku, and he's got some running room out across the 35-yard line, out to the 38-yard line. He picks up 14 yards, a yard shy of a first down for Westerville Central.
Well, you got to like the way this kid runs downhill. This is pretty special. Here's your starting defense for those Warriors from Westerville North.
Jeff talked about the defensive ends a moment ago, and Damian King and Desmond O'Canty at those end spots are a couple of pretty good ones. Jamarian Lovett at that linebacker spot. Trey Jackson, he's the son of head coach Stan Jackson.
Illegal substitution, offense, 12 guys in the huddle.
Oh, my goodness.
5 yards, still third down.
Well, we've had 3 offensive plays, Marty, and 3 penalties.
And a 14-yard gain.
And a 14-yard gain on top of that. Well, it's week 1 in high school football. You expect to have some of the jitters out there. but 12 guys in the huddle, that's probably not a good thing.
Well, it's interesting, Jeff. Both coaches talked about how they liked what their teams did in the scrimmages, but it's a little different feel when the lights go on for real, isn't it?
There's no question about it. This is not 7-on-7. This is all for the, what it's all about coming out here on Friday night. And it's tough to kind of simulate those things in scrimmage situations.
So empty the backfield for the freshman quarterback, who delivers a dart to the near side that's knocked away. Good coverage over there by Christian Wells, who's the son of Beanie Wells, who's a member of the Westerville North coaching staff. That's his oldest son, Christian. So little Ohio State crime on crime there, if you will, knock that pass away.
Yeah, and a lot of pressure immediately on quarterback Nate Miller coming from the son of the head football coach for Westerville North. Watch Trey Major Jackson, number 10, who was able to come in and make the play there. So you play downfield by Christian Wells. Got a great story about the Wells brothers that I'll share with you later on in this quarter. And we're having a little bit of a difficulty here in special teams with the right number of guys on, and Westerville North is going to be forced to take a timeout.
Cohen Buss is on to kick the football away for Westerville Central, but before that, again, we will get a timeout to try to get everybody on the same page here early on in this season opener tonight. The ruler of the Ville, as we have a shot at the winner of that game, is the winner of this game, rather, has a shot to become the ruler of the Ville, the 3-game series with Westerville South as well, too. Timeout on the field sponsored by the Ohio State Highway Patrol. Remember, it's not too late to transform your talents into a career with the Ohio State Highway Patrol. Hashtag join OSHP. Tonight's Keys to the Game sponsored by our friends Jeff Logan at Toyota. No mistakes, turnover-free in scrimmages. The key for Westerville Central, that's what they did in the preseason. They've been a little slow out of the gate here. But one of the things that Josh Franke, Jeff, was so happy about was their ability to win the game on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they questioned their toughness maybe a year ago, but this is a team that they really feel pretty solid about. Coming off a 1-9 season, you wouldn't expect much, but he really feels good about his football team.
The kick by Cohen Buss will bounce out of bounds in front of the Westerville Central bench along the far side of the field. And Westerville North will have its first touch of the football after that 19-yard punt. No return. And here come the Westerville North Warriors onto the field for the first time tonight. Led by a senior but somewhat inexperienced quarterback in Jakari Stovall. 5'7", 139-pound senior. Spent the last 3 years sitting behind a pretty good one, Jeff Logan, and Stan Jackson's son, Ronald Jackson.
Exactly. They've had really great success here at the quarterback spot. And Jakari Stovall, a senior, waited his time. 5'7", 139, diminutive back there at the quarterback spot, but he's got some good running backs. Watch the freshman, C.J. Wells.
Caden Childress also a pretty good one as well. And he has the initial touch of the night on offense, and he barrels into Westerville Central territory, and it's a first down for Westerville North. Caden Childress, the 5'11", 192-pound senior, plows ahead for Westerville North. First down to the Central 37-yard line.
Marty, as much as we talk about quarterbacks in football, and that is an important position, I think tonight the ones to concentrate on are the two running backs for these two football teams. Caden Childress for the Westerville North Warriors, and Kevin King Foku on the other side for the Warhawks.
15-yard gain and a first down. Westerville North on the move, and right up the hash marks is Childress again, and is finally bumped down after another first down gain as the Warriors chunk game their way deep into Westerville Central territory. It's another first down. There is a penalty flag, though, and a holding call against the offense. Will push the football back and wipe out a nice gain by Caden Childress. There's the Westerville North offense in this game. The wideouts are a couple of pretty good ones. Stan Jackson likes both Jaden Smith and DC Alexander. There you see C.J. Wells as well, too, along that wideout spot. Some good targets for the senior quarterback, Jakari Stovall. That offensive line's a good one as well, too. They have great size up front. Stan Jackson likes his tackles. Brandon Bell, a 6'5", 295-pound senior. And Danillian Taylor on the other side, a 6'5", 295-pound senior. Bookends at 6'5", 295. Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all. Keep your eyes on 28, C.J. Wells at the top of your screen. If he gets single coverage, this is a kid that can absolutely take the top off of the defense.
Danillian Taylor is a commit to USF, the University of South Florida. Out of the shotgun formation, Stovall back to throw and has Childress in the flat far side, and he speeds down the sideline again into Central territory across the 30, and a first down for Westerville North. Line of scrimmage was the 47-yard line. Childress in space gallops for a first down as he carries to the 26, a gain of 21. Nothing fancy about that, Jeff. That's just getting one of your athletes in space.
No, I was telling you about C.J. Wells. He cleared the screen. They're going to watch again. Quarterback drops back, looking downfield, takes the eyes off the safety, and is able to drop the ball off to Childress out of the backfield. But again, set up by C.J. Wells, going deep on the route. And all the quarterback has to do, Marty, is just give him a little bit of eyes, and that'll freeze that safety.
2.5 minutes into the game, Westerville North with its initial possession, and they have moved into Westerville Central territory. Short gain, middle of the field there that time, as Trey Jackson, the fullback / linebacker, with his first carry, 6 foot, 230 pounds, sophomore, carries to the line of scrimmage, the 26, no gain. These two programs, of course, know each other so very well here in this Westerville School District. Great crowd here tonight. Folks very excited about this rivalry opener here this evening. 17th all-time meeting between these two schools, with Westerville Central holding the lead at 13-3. But as we told you at the top of tonight's broadcast, the Warriors have won the last two. Stan Jackson wants a timeout here.
That's second timeout here in the first quarter, taken by Westerville North. They had the mix-up on special teams. They had to waste one. But that time on a 2nd and 10, looked like the call was late getting down to the sidelines, and to avoid the penalty, they'll go ahead and take the timeout.
Timeout on the field sponsored by the Ohio State Highway Patrol. Want to make a difference? Consider a career with the Ohio State Highway Patrol. Hashtag join OSHP.
Marty, I don't know if you remember, about 2 years ago, we had our opener right here.
That's right.
Westerville North, the first of the year that we worked together. And Beanie Wells, who was a terrific running back at Ohio State, one of the assistant coaches here, had his two sons, both of them sitting on the sidelines. They were middle schoolers, 7th and 8th graders. Both of them had ACL injuries that had occurred a week before then on the same day in two separate scrimmages. Both kids go down with ACLs. Now both of those kids, a freshman and a sophomore, are starting for this Westerville North football team.
2nd and 10 for the Warriors at the Central 26-yard line. And here's Stovall to throw, and has a receiver as breaking out. That's the tight end, Desmond O'Candy. He's a good target, the 6'3", 225-pound senior. Last year had just one catch. He has matched that total early on in this game. Gets inside the 20 to the 18, now to the 17-yard line. And Westerville North, they have just entered the Valley Ford of Columbus red zone. Valley Ford of Columbus, where great deals meet even greater service.
A lot of talk before the game about Nate Miller, the starting quarterback for Central. But tell you what, so far right now, Jakari Stovall looks like he owns this place. He has got great poise back there in the quarterback spot for the Warriors.
And, Jeff, that was just the word I was going to ask you about, poise. He's showing it right here early on.
Absolutely.
As it took Westerville Central just a couple of plays just to kind of break a sweat. Stovall's been in control. Here's Childress with the touch, trying to bounce it to the outside, and a good tackle as going low on Childress with another flag coming in was Braden Warden, a 5'10", 168-pound junior outside linebacker for the Warhawks.
Going to be holding against Westerville North.
You mentioned that game we were here in the 2023 lid lifter. There were a lot of penalty flags that night, too, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right. And again, disciplined football. You want to be tough. You want to be athletic when you're out there, but you got to play disciplined football and not make a lot of mistakes out there. And that would have been a first down inside the 15-yard line. And now it's going to back them up 3rd and long.
I asked you earlier about early games like this, and do you have a little more leeway early on penalties? I don't know if that's really the case in this. I mean, you want your players to be ready to go.
You can't expect the officials to go soft just because it's the beginning of the season. And from a coaching standpoint, there is so much time spent on getting guys prepared to be able to know their position, know what the play calls are, this, that, and the other. It's the execution part of that. A lot of it's mental, the jumping off sides, that sort of thing. But a holding call, those are the ones that, over time, I think what offensive tackles have to learn is what can I get away with? What's going to be a penalty and what's not going to be a penalty. Because as a former running back, I would tell you there's holding on every play. Just get away with it.
Chris Beckstad's our referee tonight. Chris Burrs is the umpire. Jack Schmeezing, the line judge. Bruce Thompson, Nate Santinian, and Corey Frizzell round out our officiating crew. 3rd and 12, and Stovall on a draw handoff now. This is Childress weaving his way through defenders inside the 20, and is knocked down as he got inside the 20. Coming up to make the tackle, Saheed Kibi, one of the many defensive linemen that Josh Frankie's team will run in and out across the front. Kibi's a 6 foot, 283-pound junior. Also coming up to help out was Chase Herbert at that middle linebacker spot. He's a good one as well, too, for this Westerville Central team.
You talked about Kibi, 72. He's in the mix way back there, and all of a sudden he hustles his way all the way back down the field to make the play. How many defensive tackles are going to kind of make that play down the field like that? Great hustle by that kid, Saheed Kibi, number 72.
Second down and 18 again, or check it, it's fourth down, after the penalty flag. And they will try to get the first down. They need to get to the 16-yard line, and the scrum right in the middle of the field. It will be close. It was 4th and 2. The Central defense saying they came up with the stop on the carry by Trey Jackson, and it is good enough for a first down. So the Westerville North drive will stay alive. That, again, was a fourth down call. So Westerville North keeps the drive alive. The ball moved to the Central 18-yard line.
And Westerville North with three wide receivers in that offense, but right now those wideouts have been nothing but eye candy. They've been running the ball. They've been passing the ball short underneath. Let's see if that continues.
Jackson stays in the game at the running back spot and takes the football from Stovall. Drop the ball. It's loose on the field right now as the beanbag comes flying in, but it looks like North recovered, and I think Trey Jackson fell on his own fumble right there. The ball inside the 15-yard line to the 13.
Again, Trey, the sophomore son of head coach Stan Jackson, the baby of the bunch. He said he took about 25 pounds off over the wintertime. They wanted to thin him down a little bit. He was about a 235-pound kid, and they really wanted to lean him down a little bit and have gotten him to the point where he's pretty dangerous as you look at quarterback Jakari Stovall.
Facing a second down and 8, ball at the Central 14. We are almost halfway through quarter number 1. Stovall will hand off Childress, dancing, darting, trying to bounce to the outside, went airborne for a moment, and finds his way inside the 10 to the 9. A pickup of 5 for Caden Childress. Stan Jackson talked about it earlier in the week. He really likes his running back duo back there, Childress and Trey Jackson. And early on, you can see why. Trey Jackson coming out, Childress with the carry, almost changed direction in midair there, Jeff.
Well, look at the size of those offensive and defensive lines, Marty. I mean, it is just amazing what's going on. Look at the two starting guards for Westerville North. Mulu Lungu, number 77, goes 6'2", 245. He's just a sophomore. And Des Snow on the other side is a 290-pound sophomore. Who's feeding these guys?
Stovall to throw, looks towards the end zone, and penalty flag comes in the end zone. Penalty flag. Kean Haar was on coverage for Westerville Central, as D.C. Alexander was the intended receiver on a crossing route.
It looked like Nick Creaky, who plays that safety spot, came up in contact just prior to the ball getting there. Flags coming from two sides there, and I think the officials were right on top of it.
Pass interference, defense. Half the distance to the goal, it will result in a first down.
First and goal, Marty, at this point. Been an interesting drive for Westerville North. They've been helped by penalties, obviously. They've been hurt by penalties. But again, what they've been able to do is take care of running the ball up the middle. Let's see if they hand the ball again to Caden Childress here.
And we have a stop here momentarily. The officials changing the football. Westerville North with their initial possession of the night. They started on a relatively short field after the short Cohen bus punt went out of bounds at the 48 of Westerville North, and they have pushed their way inside the 5-yard line, helped out by the penalty, where they face now a first and goal. Ball at the Westerville Central 5-yard line. The center, Colton Belding, leads him to the line of scrimmage. That's another guy Stan Jackson's very high on. Here's Childress taking the handoff and is spun down as he tries to turn it up. A lot of guys wearing white shirts were there to greet him as he tried to turn up into the hole to that left side. Over there on coverage that time, doing a good job of stepping up, was defensive end Gregory Woods, a 6'3", 218-pound senior.
You know, head coach Josh Frankie of the Westerville Central Warhawks really feels like his defensive line is the strength of his football team. And you start looking across the line there. They're 283, 261, 243. It's incredible how difficult it is to maybe move those guys out. Yet Westerville North doing a pretty good job of controlling the line of scrimmage.
Childress got a yard to the 4. We go under 4.5 to go here in quarter number 1. Westerville North trying to strike first in this rivalry game. High snap, but before the ball was snapped, we have a procedure call against the offense.
False start. Offense, 5 yards, still second down.
Penalty flag on the play. The penalty brought to you by the U.S. Army. Uncover your potential in the United States Army.
Again, a little bit of confusion trying to get things lined up and be in the proper formation. Clock had gone all the way down to about 2 seconds remaining on the play clock, and it looked like Jakari Stovall kind of rushing to get that play off ahead of the clock going down. But they've got to do a better job of getting those plays in quicker and getting them communicated to the football team.
And the lone setback is Childress. Ball moved back to the 9, where it's still second down and goal for Westerville North. Stovall's rolling. He's looking. He's rolling. He'll dump it into the end zone as a man wide open. Touchdown, Westerville North. Standing alone right near the end line was D.C. Alexander, the 6', 170-pound junior, with the touchdown reception on a dart from Jakari Stovall. That's another D.R. Horton touchdown. D.R. Horton is America's builder.
Well, D.C. Alexander found a spot in that end zone and just sat down waiting for his quarterback to find him. And you could almost see Jakari Stovall's eyes getting big from up here because he saw that receiver wide open. Watch again here. He's flushed out of the pocket. This was not intended to be a rollout. And watch the moment here where right there he realizes, I've got a man, and he lights him up and gets it right into the end zone. Touchdown, and the extra point is up, and it too is good. And 7-0 Westerville North takes the lead on Westerville Central.
On the extra point attempt by Griffin Wolf. 4:21 to go, quarter number 1. Westerville North strikes first. They lead Westerville Central 7-0. Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton.
With a new Toyota from Toyota's national sales event, summer plays on. Whether you're teaching the art of tailgating, showing up for the home team, or finding the ultimate skybox, with a new Toyota, you can keep summer playing anywhere.
Get a new 25 Corolla or any new Camry with 4.99 APR financing. Lease a Corolla from $199 a month or Camry from $279 a month.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Jakari Stovall with the 9-yard touchdown pass. Westerville North strikes first in this rivalry matchup. Winner of this series between North Central and South gets the honor of being the ruler of the Ville. And if that sounds like it's a made-up term, well, it's very important to every student-athlete involved in these games.
Well, you can't be the ruler of the Ville when there's 3 teams if you don't win twice, right? You got to get 2 wins in there to own the entire Ville.
See, that's why you're here, to explain those things.
Whoever does this is like, America's Got Talent. You got to make it to the next round to be able to be there, and in order to rule the Ville, because Westerville South will have something to say about that.
Here's Bangura fielding the kick inside the 10 at about the 8, and he has some running room out across the 30, and a good return by Omar Bangura as he gets out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Thanks to Kroger Great Lakes Distribution Center, tonight's game is streaming live on the ABC6 YouTube channel, as well as on the ABC6 News app and on the CWColumbus.com. And we are glad to have you with us wherever you're checking out our high school opener of this 2025 campaign. Marty Bannister, Jeff Logan, Kellyanne Stitz, the best stat guy in the business, Jason Van Hoos, with us, and we are happy you are with us as well, too. High school football, nothing like it in the state of Ohio.
Great to see our team down there from last year. A lot of familiar faces with the Image Video crew.
Ball at the 32, Westerville Central with the football, and the handoff going for a short gain as Kevin King Foku with the carry. 6'2", 217-pound junior. Runs a 10.8 in the 100-meter dash. That's a 10.8, Jeff Logan. in the 100-meter dash.
That's pretty special.
That's picking them up and laying them down.
Yeah, again, he was a major impact of this team not doing well last year because he broke his collarbone in the final scrimmage before the season started and didn't get back until like week number 9. So he's finally healthy, and they really believe that this kid is an impactful football player, as you see here.
That's 7 on the last carry and pushes towards a Westerville Central first down. Line of scrimmage was the 39, and he has enough for the first down to change move as he carries out to the 43-yard line. It was interesting when I was talking to Josh Frankie, the Westerville Central head coach, about Kevin King-Foku. He goes, hey, you know what? When I was playing high school football, I played safety. He goes, I'm going to tell you right now, if I saw Kevin King-Foku coming around the end, it would be a business decision to get out of his way.
Ankles. Go for the ankles. There's no way you're taking on. You know, he used the term Derrick Henry as a comparison, and he said, I'm not going to compare a high school kid to a guy in the NFL, but he is that kind of a running back, a very physical, downhill, north and south running back.
So touch pass to Bangura, trying to spin him to the outside. He is tumbled down inside. Another penalty flag comes flying in from behind the play. Again, you're seeing both coaches on the offensive side of things trying to get the ball in the hands of their athletes, their players who can do some damage in space, and Bangura with his first touch on a little touch pass right there, but it will be marked
number
back.
Number 8 of the offense, 10 yards from the previous spot. We'll replay first down.
Kevin Blas, the tight end, 6'3", 217-pound senior.
It looks to me like they've kind of simplified the offense here in series number 2 for Central as opposed to what they were trying to do coming out. They really believe that Nate Miller has got, as a freshman, an unbelievable football IQ. Pretty good pre-snap recognition of what's going on there. But, Marty, we're still talking about a freshman playing his very first game at the varsity level.
Well, Josh Frankie said the way they run their offense, there are so many things that you have to do for the quarterback position. Here's a toss by Miller to the near side, trying to get it into the hands of the tight end Blas, and just a little bit out of his reach at the 40, just shy of the 40-yard line. The pass ball is incomplete. But that was one of the things that Josh Frankie said about Nate Miller. He said he's well beyond his years with such great pocket presence, makes explosive plays, understands all the reads. He picked everything up right away in his pro-style offense.
Look at the pressure that was given to him, though, by the defensive end, Damian King. Talked about him. He was a starter in 2024. Wears number 12, 6'2", 190 pounds, and that time he forced the quarterback to throw through what we used to call the picket fence. Put those arms up there and make that quarterback have to find a spot to throw the ball.
2nd down and 20, the ball back at the 32. But
timeout, Westerville Central, their first of the half.
Westerville Central will burn a timeout. 7-0. Westerville North leads in the season opener here tonight. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals presented by D.R. Horton. In just 1 week, it's back, the football fever on ABC 6. It's the perfect play to get you ready for the showdown at the Shoe as the Buckeyes prepare to battle the Texas Longhorns. Watch the football fever next Saturday at 11 a.m. on ABC 6. Ohio State and Texas squaring off.
Heard something about that coming around.
That's the rumor. That's the rumor. 1 versus 2. First time that's ever happened in a season opener. Here's Miller to throw. Pass far side. Trying to get the ball into Bangura's hands, and it falls incomplete. Nate Miller's a great story. There's so much to talk about this freshman quarterback. Kellyanne Stitz on the sidelines for us. He's a heck of a story, isn't he?
Yeah, Marty and Jeff, you guys have mentioned about how he's a freshman, but Coach Frankie's very high on him and views him of playing beyond beyond his years, and that's because of the work that he puts in outside of practice. He says that he asked for the practice script to be able to rehearse the calls in that pro-style offense. He is the first one in the building, the last one out. He goes over the game plan with coach after practice. He's quickly earned the respect of his older teammates because of the work that he puts in outside of the field. And
just was able to draw an offside call on the defense there as he on the cadence, able to get the defense to jump, so that will tack 5 yards to the offense here, move the ball up to the 37, make it a 3rd and 15.
Yeah, give that one to the quarterback. That was a good hard count there that time. He got 3 of the defensive linemen to jump. And in high school football, if you break the plane of that line of scrimmage, it's an automatic penalty against the defense.
Good
which,
look.
By the way, I think is the stupidest rule in high school football. Just for the record.
Here we go. That will mark it down. 2:30 into the first quarter.
Oh.
Here's Miller to throw, middle of the field. Tried to set up that tight end screen to Blas, and he made the catch, but Westerville North had that one well diagnosed. That defense stayed home, and they did a great job of snuffing out that play. It gains very little, if anything, right there in the middle. That was Tylen Brown, one of the defensive linemen, to make the stop.
Yeah, Tylen Brown recognized that nobody was blocking me, so it's got to be a screen, and he dropped back, and he was right there to make the play. Other than that, I mean, that looked like that play was going to develop to be pretty special.
Cohen Buss on to kick the football away. Again, his second kick. His first one went 19 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 40. Buss on the run, low end over end kick. That will bounce. It's juggled and dropped and picked up. And this is DC Alexander coming to the near side at the 40. Has a little bit of room on the sideline, but is knocked down just after a step or two into Westerville Central territory. Good job by Alexander because he dropped that ball, picked it back up, and reversed field. There's another penalty flag down.
Great field position, at least at this stage, for Westerville North to start their second possession of the evening.
DC Alexander, the touchdown maker in this first quarter, caught the 9-yard strike from Jakari Stovall on the first North possession.
An illegal shift on the offense. 2 guys were in motion without coming to a set. Penalty is declined. We'll have first down North.
Wondered about that in the punt formation because the blocker that was in front of the punter, when the man was coming in motion, he shifted from the right side to the left side, and that's 2 men in motion before that ball is snapped. So good call by the officials. And again, one of those early season mistakes.
98 seconds remains to be played in this first quarter. It has turned into just a splendid night here in Central Ohio. It was a little humid to start the week. Got a break on Thursday. Saw Marshall McPeak here a little bit earlier, getting the weather forecast in. And give him some credit. He got a winner tonight.
He took credit?
Well, no, I'm giving him credit.
Oh, I thought he took credit for
no,
this.
no. Oh, no.
In the Logan household, we call this day a Lion King Day. And I'll explain that to you.
King Day, okay.
This is a Lion King Day.
Here's Stovall to throw near side. Alexander turns in, makes the catch, and starts to accelerate upfield. It gets inside the 45-yard line and is brought down shy of the 40.
Got a little bit of an injury there on the Westerville Central side. Slow getting up, it looked like, is the middle linebacker, Chase Herbert.
Chase Herbert. That'd be a tough one to lose for this Warhawks defense.
So the Lion King Day, I'll share this with you real quick. Years ago, it was Father's Day weekend. You know what you do on Father's Day weekend with your son? You go play golf.
That's right.
Right? You go play golf.
Right.
Well, we woke up on that Sunday morning, Father's Day, beautiful day just like today, and my wife informed me we had tickets at noon to go see the Lion King.
So there was no golf.
No, there was
no golf.
So this is a Lion King Day.
Gotcha. Lion King Day. All right. It is a busy day of high school football all across Central Ohio and the state, and there's no place to be for the scores other than FNR Scores. Get caught up with what is happening with your favorite high school team. Watch FNR Scores tonight after the game on Fox 28. It's sponsored by D.R. Horton. They are, of course, America's builders.
Chase Herbert making his way across the sidelines there. It looked like a lower leg injury and doing a pretty good job of getting off under his own power, but you always worry about those knee and ankle spots.
Westerville Central coming off a 1-9 campaign last year. I asked Josh Franke in the week, I said, what was last year like? And there was a long pause and a deep breath. And he said, I don't know if I've ever had a more frustrating year as a head coach.
Yeah, I think what he recognized is the culture was not what he wanted it to be. And he made a change. I mean, he made a cultural change in the offseason with a weight room program that was much different than what they'd had before.
2nd down and 2, and here's Stovall rolling to throw for the Warriors now, and we'll dump this one ahead, and that ball right in the hands of Desmond O'Canty, and he just could not hang on to the pigskin. He had a little running room if he's been able to hang on to that and turn up field.
Yeah,
good. And completion brings up 3rd down.
Really good check down by Jakari. They were trying to throw the ball deep there, and it was all covered, and he had his tight end sneak out there. And one of the things Jakari's got to do when you've got that guy wide open like that and he's only 6-8 yards from you, put a little touch on the ball. Don't try and knock him over with it. And that's exactly what happened there.
Here's D.C. Alexander a moment ago turning upfield. A lot to like about that young man and the game he's had so far tonight. Touchdown reception, that catch, and a punt return a little bit earlier. 3rd down and 2 as we hit the minute mark of quarter number 1 here tonight at Westerville North. Childress on the handoff is grabbed and brought down as he just got across the 40. Catching him from behind was Gregory Woods. We've called his name a couple of times tonight. 6'3", 218-pound senior defensive end. Had 3 stops in this game last year. It is good enough, though, for a 1st down on the carry. The ball to the 40 of Westerville Central.
Good recognition that time by Caden Childress that all he needed to do was pick up the 1st down. Instead of stretching that play to the sideline, Marty puts that foot in the ground and gets himself going north and south on the field and keeps this drive alive.
That 1st down sponsored by Buckeye State Bank. High snap that Stovall pulls down and hands off. And again, Childress just bouncing his way through the small hole for a short gain. It's inside the 40 to the 38. Westerville North last year went 6-5, and Stan Jackson's 2nd year as head coach, they were beaten in the playoffs. They got in but lost to Pickerington North in the opening round. And one of the things that Stan Jackson talked about, and we'll tell you more as we go into quarter number 2, Jeff Logan touched on it in the open as well, too, trying to get his team to be a little tougher going into this 2025 season. Felt they got pushed around a little bit. Right now, they're doing the pushing. They lead 7-0 over Westerville Central. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton. A 9-yard scoring pass from Jakari Stovall to D.C. Alexander as Westerville North on top of Westerville Central, 7-0. Welcome back to Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton, along with Jeff Logan and Kellyanne Stitz. I'm Marty Bannister. Jason Van Hoos is handling the stats for us. Dean Marine and our entire great CW Columbus crew in the truck and on the sidelines. Great to have you with us here for the season opener. Stovall heaves it long downfield, trying to get it to Wells, and the ball is off his hands and incomplete. And a penalty flag comes flying in behind the play. On coverage back there for Westerville Central. Running stride for stride was C.J. Wells. In the end zone is where the penalty flag comes in.
Well, there was some active hand checking going on by both players. I thought that C.J. Wells was doing a good job.
Defense number 3. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. We'll have a 1st and 10.
Nico Bogatic is the Westerville Central defensive back who will be flagged here. That's a good throw by Stovall.
Yeah, we talked about them being able to take the top off, and you can see there, he's got a hold of the jersey.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's the angle that the trailing ref saw that the back judge could not see, was that he had a fistful of that jersey, so really good call by the officials.
Moves the ball to the 23-yard line of Westerville Central. Warriors on the edge of the red zone. Trey Jackson in the backfield, gets the handoff, stutter steps, and makes his way into the hole, but it's closed quickly as he started in. The middle of that Westerville Central defense playing well early on. That was Mohamed Bangora, the 6'7", 243-pound senior coming in to make the stop. And look at the size of that young man. That's what has attracted the 6 Division I offers that he has. He does line up on the offensive side of the ball, but Jeff Logan, people are looking at him as an edge rusher.
Yeah, 6'7", 243. Now, when he grows into it, seriously, I mean, there's a 280-pound kid eventually when he gets in a weight room and he's able to grow up and do, but 6'7" over there with that frame, I think you'll see this kid play on Saturday for sure at a high-level school.
Play picked up a 3 to the 21. Whistles come in as Trey Jackson starts to maneuver his way. And the false start against the offense will back up the Warrior offense. We were talking prior to the end of the quarter, Jeff, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this with Stan Jackson saying that one of the things they focused on in the offseason was getting tougher. He felt they got pushed around a little bit last year, especially in that Pickerington North game in the playoffs. He felt we just couldn't stop them. They manhandled us, and he told me we got to get better up there in that area.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, that game was tied at the end of the first half or something like that. They were hanging in with a pretty good Pickerington football team, but eventually got out-toughened, if that's a good word, by Pickerington. I mean, and so that's one thing they've concentrated on. He believes they're more athletic, they're tougher, but they are still young.
They flood the field with wideouts and dump the ball in the middle. This is Childress juggling it momentarily, then sprinting for the corner at the 20. Gets to the 15-yard line and is knocked out of bounds, far sideline. Good job by Childress. Number 1, just hanging on to the football.
Boy, really good job of setting things up there. Quarterback doing a nice job of making it look like they were going to throw the ball downfield. The offensive line got out there really well executed on the screenplay. Watch again the tail end. It's a physical game. Ball came loose, but well out of bounds. No question about it. 3rd down and about 2.5 to go for the first down.
Ball is in the red zone, the Valley Ford red zone of Columbus, where great deals meet even greater service. Childress in the backfield with Stovall. A high snap that Stovall does a good job of pulling down and still had time to hand the ball to Childress for the short gain. But it is good enough for the first down. He needed to get to the 13, and he got to the 12, and it's a first down for Westerville North. We are a little over a minute into quarter number 2.
You know, one of those defensive linemen I want you to pay attention to is a guy number 75, Jalen Spraggins over there. We talked about the freshman quarterback tonight, but how about the freshman defensive tackle, number 75, 6 foot, 261. How would you like to move that thing out of the way? I mean, that kid is doing a terrific job over there defensively for Westerville Central.
1st and 10 at the 11. This is Jackson trying to get outside, runs through one tackle attempt, and is going to have to hustle to get what he got on the far side. Was able to slide past initially on the far side, as coming up to slow his progress down was Kajai Johnson, getting one of the snaps at that defensive end spot. And also coming over to help out was Braden Warden, the 5'10", 168-pound junior linebacker. Play carried to the line of scrimmage. It stays 2nd down, but now still 10 yards, 2nd and 10. In fact, they're going to say he did get a couple of yards. Initially, he put the football right back at the line of scrimmage, but it is marked now at the 8. And now penalty flags come in, so we're going to go backwards here.
Prior to snap, false start, offensive line, 5 yards, still 2nd down.
Yeah, a little bit undisciplined out there. Center Colleton Belding, a junior on this football team, one of the leaders on this team, trying to get his guys in order to listen and make sure that they're paying attention to the situation and the snap count.
Ball moved back to the 15. So it becomes a second down and 13 now for the Warriors offense. Again, they'll hand the ball off, and this is Jackson. Slowed down as he started into the hole. Devon Lipsey, outside linebacker, was the initial Warhawk to make contact with the ball carrier Jackson. 6'2", 212-pound junior, getting a number of Division I looks. Josh Franke said that Lipsey is the star of our show on defense, and you'll watch him here as he's able to get through the gap and slow down Trey Jackson. Did a good job of shooting the gap and getting to Trey Jackson. Lipsey was the winner of the Linebacker Most Valuable Player Award at the Under Armour Summer Camp. And that obviously has generated a lot of attention about that young man's talents. Back to throw now with Stovall. Sets the pass up, and it's juggled. Oh, what a catch by Alexander. Spins free, and he will go into the end zone. Touchdown. That pass looked for sure like it was going to be picked off. But D.C. Alexander able to come down with that throw, turn up field, and saunter in for the score. His second touchdown of the night. It's 13-0, Westerville North.
Boy, how about the concentration of that young man to be able to go up there, high point that ball with pressure. And Jakari Stovall is able to deliver under pressure a touchdown pass number 2 to D.C. Alexander. Watch again. Here's the throw. On time, on target, boom. And look at the contact being made there. I'd say pretty good defensive play by Niko Bogatech, but not good enough.
He looked like he was a split second away from either deflecting that pass, Jeff, or taking it away. The extra point attempt by Griffin Wolf is up, and it is good. And on that touchdown, the D.R. Horton touchdown. D.R. Horton is America's builder. Westerville North has a 2-touchdown lead over Westerville Central, both courtesy of D.C. Alexander touchdown receptions. The push-ups, the score, 14-0, Westerville North. This is Toyota Friday Night's Rival, presented by D.R. Horton.
Summer's almost over.
But there's lots of end-of-summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Go long! Yes. Time right. Manning drops back, and he flips one right down the middle. Well done. No, this one's burning.
Now you can get a new 25 RAV4 with 4.99 APR financing, or lease a gas-powered RAV4 for $309 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance included.
Come in today.
Great job, rookie.
Toyota, let's go places.
Jakari Stovall, D.C. Alexander, they combine again on a scoring strike. Stan Jackson's team now has a 2-touchdown lead. The former Ohio State quarterback in his third year as the head coach at Westerville North. How about the numbers Jakari Stovall has in this first half, Jeff Logan?
Yeah, 6 out of 7 throwing the football tonight. 71 yards. Really the only tough throw he had was down the field there, attempting to get it to Wells. But, man, he has just been on time. Alexander, 3 receptions tonight for 30 yards and 2 touchdowns. And let's go down to the sidelines, and Kellyanne Stitz has got an update for us. Kelly?
Hey guys, we'll see how Central can respond to that touchdown. But when I talked to Coach Franke pregame, one thing that stood out to me is that he got emotional about this game, particularly the score from last year, 34-0. That is the score from last year's game against Westerville North, and it serves as a constant reminder for the Warhawks over the last year. Coach Franke even bought a doormat with the score leading to the weight room. They also have 2 countdown clocks in the building to their district rivals. But Coach Franke says they don't talk much about South. Their game last year against North stung, and they don't want a repeat of that tonight.
That was his first game as head coach at Westerville Central. And, yeah, I would think 34-0 sticks with you.
Walking into that weight room and have it on the floor mat. Holy cow.
First play from scrimmage is a handoff, and with the first carry of the night on offense, Rylan Moran, who also does their place kicking, got his first touch of the football and gets out to the 21, a pickup of 1 for Moran. Yeah, it was interesting. Josh Franke came to Westerville Central after a great run of success at a Division VII school in the eastern part of the state, Toronto. He went 37-26 in his 6 years there and guided them to the playoffs 5 times. Clark Hinkle Field, ladies and gentlemen, where the Toronto school played, and Josh Franke coached. Timeout on the field with the score, 14-0. Westerville North leads Westerville Central. as this game is in quarter number 2 here, our season opener of this matchup this evening. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing, paid for by NHTSA. And we'll do that in quarter number 4 of this one tonight.
Well, Nate Miller, the freshman quarterback that we've been talking a lot about tonight, not off to the start that he really wants. 1 out of 5 throwing, Marty, for 3 yards so far in this game.
See Stan Jackson there, has a number of former Buckeyes on his coaching staff. We referenced Chris Beanie Wells. There's another guy on his staff that played a little college football back in the day. I'm going to mention this because of my Wittenberg ties. Ryan Gresham, who played linebacker at Wittenberg back in the day, is a member of the Westerville North coaching staff. Saw Ryan prior to the game.
Reggie Germany down there as well, former wide receiver for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Well, you got to throw a tiger up in there, Jeff. That's what that's
I
all
understand.
about. Tiger up. Handoff inside, and Kevin King Foku with the carry and gets right back to the line of scrimmage. And I'll bring up a third down.
Yeah, if you're gonna control Foku over there getting the ball, you got to hit him quick. I mean, if he gets going with a bunch of speed underneath him, he is going to be a problem for sure. Lawson Akanyi, who's down there at that defensive tackle position, a little bit odd wearing a number 27, playing that defensive line, just a sophomore. If he's wearing 27, that means he wants to eventually be a running back.
Is that what that means? That's what that means, huh?
I think that's what that means.
Okay. On 3rd down and 9, here's Miller to throw now. Lofts it ahead, and the pass is caught by the tight end Blas at the 40-yard line, and it's good enough for a first down as he is tackled moments after making the catch. And it's a first down for Westerville Central. Ball kind of floated towards the 6'3", 217-pound senior tight end, but it ends up being a gain out to the 41, a gain of 20, and a first down Westerville Central.
Yeah, thank goodness there's no style points on throwing that football. There's an offsides, and it's going to bring up 1st and 5.
Second time tonight. Miller's been able to do that,
That's
yeah.
5 yards. Still first down.
Got to be more disciplined than that. Musa Magasuba on that defensive tackle position. They like him a lot, too, at 55. Watch this throw here. Going to look like a wounded duck up there, but able to make the play. You know, it's all about what's on the scorecard when it's all over and done with, not how it looks getting there. And that was a good connection for a young man that struggled in the first quarter.
As we hit the 7-minute mark, the ball out to the 46. Handoff goes inside now, and this is Kevin King Foku trying to get to the outside, but the Westerville North Warriors were able to shoot a number of gaps that time and blow that play up. And getting there initially was the wannabe running back, Lawson Achani, the 6'2", 238-pound sophomore. Play will lose back to the 44. Well, Jeff, when you hear a coach say, I don't think we were tough enough, we got pushed around last year, I think a lot of folks wonder exactly how do you say that in football, but there is something to that, isn't there?
Well, there really is. And some of it is the physical strength. I mean, physically did we get handled up there? And the other part of it is mentally. Did we, I'm not talking about giving up, but did they have a better mental focus than us in the football game? So it's a strength thing, and it's also something above the shoulders.
Timeout, Westerville Central. They are out of timeouts.
Timeout on the field. Westerville North 14, Westerville Central nothing. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton. Coming up at halftime, they are back. Your favorite furry mascot friends compete in the one and only Mascot Challenge, presented by our friends at Safe Light Auto Glass. We are exactly 6 minutes and 8 seconds away from the intermission. 14-0. Westerville North leads Westerville Central.
And Kellyanne Stitz confirmed to me tonight she is competing in the Classic. She's going to be part of the Mascot Challenge.
Second down and 7. Poor Kellyanne.
You know what's funny, guys, is I was just about to sign you guys up for that at halftime.
Here's Kevin King
You
Foku.
beat me to it.
Oh, getting flipped was Kevin King Foku as he rumbled out near the midfield stripe and is brought down at the 49-yard line, just shy of the midfield stripe. A pickup of 5 with 5:50 to go here in half number 1. Westerville Central and Westerville North meeting here tonight. The Warriors won the last 2 matchups, but that was after the Warhawks won 13 straight in this series. Westerville North won the first time they met, 21-17 back in 2008, but didn't win again until we were here 2 years ago in 2023. Handoff goes to Rylan Moran, and he tries to get to the outside and is able to turn his way into Westerville North territory, and it is good enough for a first down as he muscles his way out to the 47-yard line. There is a penalty flag down, however.
A little look at that crowd. This place is sold out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive how the community of Westerville comes out to support both of these programs here at Westerville North High School as the officials kind of sort through this.
Chris Beckstead will tell us.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 5 of the defense. 15 yards, we'll have a 1st and 10.
Tavion Wright, 5'11", 135-pound junior. See where that happened at on this play.
Yep, one of the officials over explaining the situation to Stan Jackson on the sidelines, and I don't expect Stan to agree with it, but I think Stan will most likely have a conversation with Tavion Wright after the game.
Here's Miller back to throw now and has some time. Heaves it to the near side from Bangura, and the ball is intercepted almost. Almost picked off at the goal line. Unable to come away with it. Tumbling down back there was Demetrius Lewis for Westerville North. That ball had a lot of air underneath it. Miller trying to get it into the talented hands of the 6', 188-pound senior Omar Bangura.
DJ Lewis over there, 5'6", 145 pounds, really doing a good job of putting himself between the receiver and the football. And you can watch here the ground just knocked it loose, just about had the pick. Really good defense. And Omar Bangura is a handful to cover out there, Marty.
Makes it a 2nd down and 10. The ball stays at the 32 of Westerville North. Penalty flags are down, and the ball is on the field right now as there was a little miscommunication on that handoff. Westerville North thinks it's their football. No official word yet. Again, the ball went on the turf, and it is North football. The penalty is against Westerville Central. Musa Magasuma with the fumble recovery. And the Warriors will get the football back pending this penalty here. Everyone's standing and waiting to see what the call is. Penalty flags came out right as the ball was snapped. See if we can take a look at what happened here. There you see, it was almost a counter-type motion on the give, and Kevin King Foku unable to corral the loose ball. Chris Beckstead again will visit with you.
We have an illegal shift on the offense. That penalty is declined. We have a dead ball personal foul on Westerville North. That is a 15-yard penalty. We have a dead ball unsportsmanlike conduct, number 5 of Westerville North. That player is disqualified for his 2nd unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll have 1st and 10.
So Tavion Wright will have to leave the game. And both of those unsportsmanlike conduct calls have come here within the last couple of plays.
Yeah, when they talk about poise, and they talk about, being over there and managing the game and staying on top of things. The unsportsmanlike conduct, personal fouls, that is just total lack of discipline that they got to get fixed.
And the unsportsmanlike penalty calls walk the ball all the way, Jeff, to the 11-yard line.
Wow.
And give Westerville Central a first down in the Valley Ford of Columbus red zone. Valley Ford of Columbus, where great deals meet even greater service. So the deepest penetration of the night for Westerville Central, helped out a great deal by Westerville North penalties.
But
I'm sorry, the ball will go to Westerville North.
Yeah,
okay.
there was a fumble.
The way they had, right.
They did.
Right, I was looking past the fumble there. So
Yep. They added on the call. The ball was fumbled, recovered by Westerville North, and then you get a pair of 15s against that. So
back it all up, and here we go.
13 penalties tonight, Marty, for 125 yards.
This first down is sponsored by Classic Exteriors. Westerville North with the football. And they will move from their own 11-yard line. Stovall back to throw now. He's going to take off and run. Has a blocker leading the way, and he'll just angle out of bounds in front of the Warhawks sideline and pick up the first down for Westerville North.
Marty, good recognition that time by the quarterback. Nothing down there. Don't want to make a mistake in your own back against the goal line. And Jakari Stovall, very impressive for a kid that's getting his first ever start as a senior.
And this is a guy that Stan Jackson said in the week leading up to the game is perhaps our biggest surprise. Stan said, going into this fall camp, I didn't think he'd be our guy.
That shows you how smart some of these coaches are from time to time. These kids are hard workers, and they want to play. There's your screen.
Nicely done by Stovall, getting the ball into the hands of the receiver who had to bend over a little bit to make that catch, as that was Caden Childress with the catch. The line of scrimmage was the 30. He still managed to get about 3 yards out of that after the 19-yard run by Stovall got him the first down.
Great recognition by that young man, Mohammed Bangura, again, the 6'7", 243-pound senior. Look at this. I mean, just like coming up there and swallow him up, and that's bringing up a second down in about 7.
Six-seven, 243-pounder.
He hadn't grown into it yet either.
No, he sure hasn't. So it brings up a second down and 7 as we roll to the 4-minute mark here of quarter number 2.
Marty, do we know that he is on the basketball team too?
Mm-hmm. Back to throw now as Stovall steps up. Will take off and run, is grabbed and brought down as he started to speed his way through the pocket. There's Gregory Woods, the defensive end, able to wrap up the quarterback and drop him after about a yard gain out to the 34. Good job by Woods.
Yeah, great recognition by him. He's coming from the outside and feels the pressure and saw the quarterback sneak up inside. That's his numbers as a junior on this football team a year ago.
Half dozen tackles for a loss, had 3 sacks for a Westerville Central defense that, well, they just struggled mightily last year. They were hampered by injuries. They were outscored on a per-game basis at 31-7, adding to some of the frustration that we were talking about earlier that Josh Frankie had in that initial go-around as the Warhawks head coach. And again, a timeout.
Before the delay of game, we have a timeout. Westerville North. They're out of timeouts.
So both teams have exhausted their abilities to stop this game here in half number 1. We are closing in on the half, and of course that means it's time to go down to Kellyanne Stitz for the Music Go Round Coaches Corner. We'll hear from, at this moment, it looks like we'll get a chance to visit with Stan Jackson, his team up 14-0 here, for his thoughts on half number 1. Again, that comes up at the intermission. Our Coaches Corner music, sponsored by Music Go Round. The Jakari Stovall story is very interesting, I think, for a number of reasons. And when Stan Jackson said, I didn't think he'd be our guy. Stan Jackson knows a little bit about playing the quarterback position, so he has a pretty good read on that sometimes, I think.
No doubt. But he felt
except that time where Stovall wins the job.
but he felt this was a young man that really proved himself as a leader of this team, would give you the best chance to be able to win, and so far it looks like he's made a pretty good decision.
3rd down and 6.
And
again,
goodness.
Penalty flags come in.
Prior to the snap, false start, the offensive line, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
I would ask how many penalties that is in the first half, but I don't know that I want to know. It's a few.
It's double digit.
It's a few.
Yeah, my goodness.
And again,
the cheapest sponsorship we sold was the Army for this one for announcements on the penalties tonight.
Looks like the penalties are sponsored by the U.S. Army.
Almost up to 20 penalties here in the first half, so not as disciplined as we expected it to be.
Empty backfield for Jakari Stovall. 5 wides on the field. He'll drift back to throw now. He'll take the football and he'll run, dump the ball ahead, and has Desmond O'Canty at the 40. The ball pops free as O'Canty was knocked off balance, and the ball rumbles out of bounds in front of the Westerville Central bench to the far side. But I think O'Canty was the last one to touch it. No one from Central got a hand on the ball, and it goes out of bounds. It ends up being a gain out to the 45-yard line. He took a pretty good lick there, did O'Canty. Watch it here.
And O'Canty's a big kid at 6'3", 2 1/4. Good recognition again by Jakari Stovall. Steps up into the pocket, able to release his ball. Nice touch this time. And watch the contact come, blindsided.
Nick Creaky.
Yeah.
The 6'4", 187-pound junior just lowered his shoulder.
Got an injury on the field. Looks like on the offensive line. It's Denillian Taylor, number 74 for Westerville North. Another big kid, 6'5", 243.
Don't forget, during the game, we'll give you a chance to have Jeff and I tell you about what we feel will be the Middlefield Bank play of the game. That comes up in the 4th quarter tonight. Middlefield Bank, your everything bank, 6 locations in Central Ohio. We already have, I think, some pretty good candidates for our Middlefield Bank play of the game, as the training staff, athletic trainers, are out looking at that standout offensive lineman, Denillian Taylor. Head coach Stan Jackson out there as well, too. Taylor is up and making his way towards the Westerville North bench. You saw a shot a moment ago of the crowd here tonight. Jeff was talking about this place being sold out, and it is. It's a great crowd here tonight for this district rivalry. Both grandstands full. There's the Westerville North student section.
Great crowd. I mean, really, on that's your home side. You look across the way at Westerville Central, the away team, not that it's a big trip, but look at that stands over there. They have completely filled their area. And how about the student support?
1st down and 10. Here's Stovall back to throw, heaving it long downfield. A leaping grab on the far side over there. Going up to snatch it out of the air was C.J. Wells.
Just a freshman. Freshman catching the ball from the senior quarterback, Jakari Stovall. Again, not a great throw, but he put it up there where only his guy could go up and try and high point it. And that, for a 5'10", 168-pound freshman, was a terrific play. Penalty, though, on the play.
I think.
We'll see. Look at this. Look at the timing.
Wow, look at that.
Just a terrific job. Pretty good defense by Kean Har over there. But again.
Dead ball and sportsmanlike conduct. Number 75 of the offense. 15-yard penalty. We'll still have 1st and 10.
Braden Bell, the right tackle. Now the catch stands, but the penalty will knock it back to the 45-yard line. It will still be a 1st down. And the ball for Westerville North at the Westerville Central 45-yard line with 2:33 to go here in quarter number 2. There's a good look at Brandon Bell.
Boy, Stan Jackson doing everything he can to lobby these officials. But, hey, they got to pay attention to this, and Stan knows it as well as anybody. Disciplined football is a requirement.
This is a classic exteriors 1st down Now another penalty flag.
False
And again,
start, the center, 5 yards, still first down.
ball moved back to the midfield stripe. Again, both teams are out of timeouts right now as we go under 2.5 to go here in this first half.
Yeah, it looked like the center might have simulated the snap.
So a 1st and 15.
Again, lots of confusion out there on the field.
Play clock is down to 5, and again, they're out of timeout, so they're going to have to snap the ball. 2-1, they do. And back to throw is Stovall coming to the near side, and the pass is knocked away as he was looking for Jaden Smith. Over on coverage for Westerville Central was Nico Bogatich, who got over there to knock that pass away.
Stovall pretty lucky that ball was not intercepted. That ball was thrown up for grabs. And again, the confusion of being able to get plays up there. Right now, what Westerville North needs to do is just maintain possession of this ball with a 14-0 lead in this game, and they do get the ball to start the second half, Marty.
Jeff, how out of sorts does that make an offense in a situation like this where you're out of timeouts, the play clock's running down, you know you can't do anything to stop the clock?
Well, it's panic, and that's what you can't have. And it's panic, from the coaching staff down to the communicating and getting it to your senior starting quarterback out there. Let's just get a basic A, B, and C play and keep running them over and over again.
There's a pass by Stovall ahead that was almost volleyball spiked out of the way by Braden Warden for Westerville Central. The intended receiver, Desmond O'Candy, the tight end, who had drifted into the flat at about the 40-yard line of Westerville Central. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 15, stopping the clock with a $1:40 to go here in the first half. 14-0 is the Westerville North lead. Both scores touchdown passes from Jakari Stovall to DC Alexander. Nice of both of them to walk right into the frame there as we were talking about.
Good timing, boys.
Absolutely. Great camera work as always by our CW Columbus crew. Stovall again back to throw. This is Childress with the catch, trying to run away from a couple of Central defenders and gets knocked down. Oh, here comes the penalty flag. There's going to be a couple of penalty flags here. As Nick Creaky came in after the ball, and the ball carrier had gone out of bounds and got involved in a hit out of bounds. And the penalty flags came flying in afterwards. Motion's getting the best of the players right now, right in front of the Westerville North bench.
Well, you don't think there's much on the line in a game like this, and we talked about rivalries. Stan Jackson obviously played in those rivalry games,
Dead
Ohio
ball,
State, Michigan.
personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 9 in the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run. The penalty will result in a first down.
That'll move the football 15 yards up to the 33-yard line.
I'm not surprised that our referee's starting to lose his voice.
I was just thinking the same thing. Might need a lozenge here at the half.
You go in there and get a drink of water, my friend. Holy cow.
He's been on the air more in the first half than you or I.
Oh, my goodness.
Ball's at the 33-yard line.
All right, 4 receivers in there now, stacked down here at the bottom. Look at the I formation down here with these 2 receivers, bottom of your screen.
The lead receiver is DC Alexander. The handoff will go to Childress, who speeds ahead to the 30 and is knocked down just inside the 30-yard line. Devon Lipsy able to bring him down for Westerville Central.
All right, no timeouts. They got to get up on the play and go, go, go.
Clock is rolling, 1:15 to go in the half.
Official waiting for the chains.
And they're getting there.
That may be the slowest chain gang I've ever seen. Holy cow.
And Stovall will stop the clock with 1:10 left.
Well, it's first week for everybody, Marty, right?
Exactly. So Westerville North will get a chance to, Stan Jackson will get a chance to visit briefly with his quarterback and his offense. Don't forget to stick around. Coming up at the half, it's the Bath Fitter Halftime Show. You will be introduced to 2 of Central Ohio's finest scholar athletes from Westerville North and Westerville Central. Scores as well. All coming your way on the Bath Fitter Halftime Show.
2 touchdown passes already to D.C. Alexander.
Stovall rolling, looking, running. 15, knocked down inside the 15. As Devon Lipsy again with the tackle for Westerville Central.
Get up on the play.
Helped out by Moise Crozier, a 6'2", 212-pound junior, who is getting a lot of Division I interest as well, too.
Clock continues to run.
Ball's at the 13 of Westerville Central with 38 seconds left. Stovall back to throw, fires it, pass is caught. This is O'Canty, the tight end, inside the 10. It's a 1st and goal. The ball is at the 8-yard line. They are in the Valley Ford of Columbus red zone. Valley Ford of Columbus, where great deals meet even greater service.
Boy, how about the release of Jakari Stovall right there with that throw? Man, that was special, where he was able to deliver that ball right on the spot.
He'll spike the ball here to stop the clock with 25 seconds left. It's a 1st and goal at the 8. As Jeff mentioned, Westerville North will get the football to start the second half, up 14-0. Boy, I tell you what, you get a score here and get the ball in the second half to open the second half. This game could turn heavily in their favor in a big hurry. 4 wides and a running back. Stovall to throw, fires far side. The pass is caught by O'Canty, but he is dropped shy of the end zone. Play gained to the 3-yard line.
12 of 17 so far throwing for Jakari Stovall in this game.
And looks very, very comfortable in his first career start. And again, will spike the football to stop the clock with 4 seconds left. So,
boy, no timeouts. You
at
kick
least
field
one more
goal
play
here, right?
here. What's that?
Kick field goal?
4
seconds remaining.
Well, how much does, and I think that's going to be the case now, we see Griffin Wolf come onto the field.
I mean, that's the right call.
Because you get the football to start the second half.
Exactly. That's the right call. Spike the ball. You know, don't get greedy down here and pass up on what should be an automatic 3. But what a first half so far for Stovall. 12 out of 17 throwing the ball for 125 yards.
Interesting angle here for Griffin Wolf, who had a very good preseason camp for Stan Jackson's team. From the far side hash, the snap is good, the hold is good, the kick by Wolf is airborne, and he has no problem at all splitting the uprights from 20 yards out. He told me prior to the game, make sure you get my name right. It's W-O-L-F-E.
He got it.
Yeah, we got it right. Griffin, good job on the extra points and the field goal. 20 minutes on the intermission here. It is 17-0 in favor of Westerville North in this season opener. The Warriors have raced out on top. 2 touchdown passes from Jakari Stovall to D.C. Alexander in half number 1, and the field goal by Wolf increases the lead to 17-0. Kellyanne Stitz is with Stan Jackson.
Coach Jackson, a solid start from Jakari Stovall. What did you like from his performance so far?
Well, he's consistent. He makes plays and he protects the football. And as long as you don't turn the football over, you're going to win most games that you're in. And then when there's an opportunity to make a play, the kid steps up and does that. So we're pretty excited about where he is right now.
It got heated at times. What's your message to the team to kind of settle those emotions heading into the second half?
You have to settle down. You don't want to give the opponent anything. So we got a kid thrown out, 2 penalties. That's unacceptable. So we got to settle down. The emotion should be gone after the first play. Now we got to play our brand of football.
Thank you so much, Coach Jackson.
Thank you.
17-0. Westerville North leads Westerville Central. We are at the half. Stay with us. Our halftime activities are coming up next. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton.
so many exciting.
Please welcome to the field, under the direction of Michael Peretta and led by field commanders Lene Ragland and Trey O'Brien, the Westerville Central Marching Band. How's everybody feeling tonight? Excellent. Now I know it's a football Friday night and we're back, but our band is feeling blue. But don't worry, in this case it's a good thing. The band and Central staff are proud to present their 2025 production featuring the feelings and emotions of blue. The band will take the audience on a journey through feelings of sadness, despair, and even being left out before uplifting them with hope, peace, joy, and happiness. This is not included. Our 2025 show includes Circle by Brian Balmages, Waving Through a Window from the musical Dear Evan Hansen by Brandon Patrick and Justin Hall, and also Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell. Please enjoy Feelings of Blue.
Welcome into the Bat Better Halftime Show. I'm Kellyanne Stitz. Right now, Westerville North leads their district rival, Westerville Central, 17-0 at halftime. We've had so many exciting moments here at tonight's game, and we had many exciting moments here on Friday Night Rivals from last season and from across the country. Take a look at the most exciting highlights from across the country in 2024.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
He steps up, wants to go for it all up the right side and pulled down at the 20. Inside the 20 again is Katori Marion.
Powerlifter guy. A lot of their offense and one block kick deserves another, right?
Still loose. Alamo Heights has it, but still not out of bounds. We can get a couple of points here. Another pitch, and they've got room. Miracle on the Mississippi.
You got to be kidding.
It's Max Bacon.
Takes for himself now towards the left sideline, still on his feet, still up. Deep tech closing. Touchdown of the night as Nashville Christian.
Now just going to heave it up, look into the far corner, tipped up in the air, caught by J.J. Bush. Touchdown, Bobcats and Theodore. This young man coming out to the field right now is Jackson Maynard. He is suffering from Duchenne's syndrome. His family has established the Little Hercules Foundation, which is something that helps the young man and raises awareness for what he is battling all across the country. A lot of points will be scored during the season in games, but none bigger than that one right there. Touchdown, Jackson Maynard.
And that last touchdown from Jackson Maynard was by far the best highlight from our Friday Night Rivals 2024 season. But we will have many more exciting moments to come on Friday Night Rivals this year, and we are just getting started. But without further delay, it's time for our favorite halftime competition, the Safe Flight Mascot Challenge.
Welcome, everyone, to the Safe Light Mascot Challenge, right here on the CW Columbus. All right, then, let's meet the contestants. Jaguar, Bear, Cardinal, Dog, and Good Day Columbus's own Muggsy. This week's challenge, the Big Race. Oh, the combatants are loosening up. They're at the starting line, and they're off. Bear seems to be a bit in hibernation. Cardinal's using some dirty bird tricks. The fans are on their feet. Jaguar seems a bit sluggish. What's going on? Oh boy, it's still anyone's race. Dog looking to make a late push, and you can never count out this feisty orange mug. It's going to be a photo finish. The fans are looking on in anticipation of a winner. It's Dog! It's Dog by a toenail! Congratulations, Dog, on winning the big race. Tune in next week for another exciting Safe Like Mascot Challenge on the CW Columbus. No mascots were harmed in the making of this video.
Always my favorite halftime show. And no, Jeff or Marty were not in those costumes, but I'm going to work on getting them to perform in the mascot challenge. But again, Westerville North leads Westerville Central 17-0. You are watching the Bat Better halftime show. We will be right back.
Tonight, the game invites you to work on your spooky season with a preview of their 2025 competitive program. Band shows features My Immortal by Evanescence.
$17-0. Westerville North leads Westerville Central at the half of our season opener of Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton, along with Jeff Logan and Kellyanne Stitz. I'm Marty Bannister. The Westerville North and Westerville Central marching bands taking turns out on the field here tonight. As we look at their performances, sponsored by Music Go Around. Check out their locations at 2630 Bethel Road and inside the Stone Ridge Plaza in Gahanna. Two bands got together prior to the game tonight to perform the national anthem. Always one of the great things when you have these district rivalry matchups. And bands did a great job here tonight performing here at Westerville North High School. The Westerville North band on the field right now here at the intermission. And again, our look at the band sponsored by Music Go Around. But one of the things that, if you'll permit me a personal moment here, that victory bell right there, that was constructed by a gentleman by the name of Barry Woods. His sons, Eric and Jacob, played football here. Barry and I grew up together. He is and was my best friend. Barry passed away this month, 2 years ago. He was here the night we were here that first night. And the Woods family, so important to Westerville North. He constructed that victory bell stand. That plaque on the top of that honors the Woods family. I'm sure Barry's watching tonight, and his family watching as well, too. And got a chance to go down and say hi to him prior to the game. And it's a special thing. And the folks at Westerville North, Athletic Director Wes Ellifritz and his staff, were so pleased that that was able to be taken care of and constructed. So, special moment, special moment. One of the things that's also very special when we get to this part of our high school football broadcast is a chance to talk about our scholar athletes.
Donato's is proud to recognize Central Ohio's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Arden Heckman is team captain and two-time state qualifier in wrestling and a 3-year starter in women's soccer at Westerville North High School. She's taking multiple AP and college classes and carries a 4.64 GPA. Hannah Pullins is first-team All-OCC and first-team All-District in softball and honorable mention All-OCC in volleyball at Westerville Central High School. She holds a 4.06 GPA. Congratulations to these outstanding Donato's Scholar Athletes.
$17-0. Westerville North leads Westerville Central. It's the season opener. We're at the intermission. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals. It is presented by America's Builder, D.R. Horton.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Westerville Warriors Band. And the Westerville football team and all of our fall athletes. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed our performance tonight, and go Warriors! Hey fans, don't forget that Westerville North Athletic season passes are back. Including this Westerville North Athletics.com and customer tickets to purchase an all-year pass or a family pass online today. You can support your all touchdown club by purchasing 50 tickets tonight. Tickets for $1, 10 to 5, or 25 tickets for $10. Tickets are being sold at the main gate, or you can look for ticket sellers in the home bleachers. The winning ticket will be out tonight at the end of the third quarter. You must be present with your ticket in order to win. Ohio Health is proud to partner with over 100 schools and universities. The Columbus Crew, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and your Westerville North Warriors. Ohio Health keeps our athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health medical experts are available 24/7 to care for student athletes and active adults. Call 614-566-GAME anytime. Ohio Health, elite care for every athlete. Next Friday night, the Warriors are on the road to Olentangy Orange for their Week 2 matchup with the Pioneers of Olentangy Orange. The tournament joins Baxter on Friday, September 5th as the Warriors return to McCann Stadium to host the 7th state champion Bishop Waterford. Be sure to come out next Saturday on the podium for our
$17-0 is the lead for Westerville North over Westerville Central. It's our debut edition in 2025 of Toyota Friday Night Rivals, of course, presented to you by D.R. Horton. He's Jeff, I'm Marty. A first half where I think penalties certainly become a big, big story in this game, but Jeff, the Westerville North offense was able to find the end zone twice, and that's even bigger.
Yeah, no question about it. A couple of athletic plays by D.C. Alexander, the difference really in this football game, because Westerville North has made more mistakes than they deserve, than any team should be making, and I'm surprised they're up 17-0 in this game. Here's the really good throw, first touchdown of the game. D.C. Alexander finds himself wide open in the back of the end zone.
D.C. Alexander caught 2 touchdown passes in the first half, and I think we talked so much in the open, Jeff, about Nate Miller and his ability to own the pocket. Jakari Stovall owned the pocket in the first half.
Yeah, there's no question he was the better of the two. Here's the second touchdown. Watch the concentration of D.C. Alexander going up, high pointing that football, able to take it in the end zone. Jakari Stovall, though, in that first half goes 12 out of 18 for 127 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 3 carries for 29 yards. So far, he's been the difference in this football game.
And keep in mind, neither of the receivers for Westerville North started last year.
Exactly.
D.C. Alexander, well, I think he's going to start a lot this year, the rest of the way out.
I would think so. But Stan Jackson, as he told Kellyanne Stitz on the way out at the end of the first half, he has got an issue that he has to deal with from a composure standpoint and a discipline standpoint if this team's going to be special this year.
Westerville North gets the football to start the second half. How big will that drive be as you look at these first half numbers, the way Westerville North has dominated this game? A touchdown could really make it hard for Central.
No doubt about it. And if Josh Frankie doesn't want this thing to look like last year, he's got to take care of this first drive.
The numbers right there, all Westerville North, 220 total yards, but the penalty numbers, again, very, very big. And you think, where would they be without a dozen penalties in the first half of this game right now? 17-0 is the lead for Westerville North over their district rivals from Westerville Central. The second half is coming up next. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented to you by D.R. Horton.
Okay, we're going to try.
Sorry.
No, you're good, baby. No, baby's my friend. Like right here. Coach, how much time we have?
Can I go use the bathroom real quick?
it's your fault. Okay, you want me to switch to this? Okay.
Just be safe.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. Right now, Westerville North leads Westerville Central, and I'm joined by Central's head football coach, Coach Frankie. Coach, what was your message to the team at halftime?
Listen, I think we're just beating ourselves right now. First drive, we had a lot of penalties. I thought we moved the ball well, and then we just shoot ourselves in the foot. And then we finally get some momentum. We're driving, and we fumble. So, we're hurting ourselves. And both of those things, get the ball back to them, they end up scoring. So we just got to take care of ourselves. What we're doing is working. We just need to maintain our focus.
Thank you so much, Coach Frankie. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Guys.
Josh Frankie with Kellyanne Stitz, and I think you could see Jeff Logan, the frustration in Josh Frankie's face right there.
Yeah, no question about it. And what he fears is that this thing could turn into what last year was like when this team went 1-9. Now, he's got a better football team. There's no question about it. And the challenges of starting a freshman quarterback in this game are real, all right? I don't think he has overstated the ability of Nate Miller by any stretch. I think this kid's ceiling is very good. But right now, the more physical team out there, the team that has really come with a lot of energy in this game is Westerville North.
The Westerville Central High School Marching Band put on quite a show at the intermission as well tonight. Their performance, as we take a check of that, and their performance sponsored by Music Go Around. Check out their locations at Music Go Around at 2630 Bethel Road and inside the Stone Ridge Plaza in Gahanna. They had a chance as well prior to the game to perform with the Westerville North Band. Really a great job by both bands at the pregame with the national anthem and both schools' alma maters. Just a great job and just a great bit of district cohesiveness, if you will, between these two programs. And you like to see that so much in situations like this, because a lot of times, let's be honest, a lot of these district schools sometimes won't play each other. And
right.
It's good to see that this series continues, and Westerville North, Westerville Central, and of course Westerville South continue to keep the games on the schedule, and that's a good thing for high school athletics.
Couple changes in the Ohio high school football rules for this year. I mean, from a rule standpoint, officiating I don't think has changed dramatically, but playoffs have changed a little bit, Marty.
Absolutely, from 16 teams per region to 12 per region this year, and there's been a lot of discussion about that, and I think if you really want to get into it, I think it's a good thing.
I do too.
In a lot of respects, but I think the negative is, and I've had these conversations with Doug Youth, the executive director of the OHSAA, and Bo Rugg, the football administrator. What it does do is it takes away opportunities for student athletes, and I mean, that's a negative to it. There's no question about it, and you can argue it till you're blue in the face, but it does do that.
Yeah, but if you take a team that finished 1-9 or 0-10 for the season and put them in the playoff because there's only 16 in their region, and they have to go play the number one seed, I don't think that's an opportunity missed by a young man. I think that that's an opportunity that if you want to participate, you got to be special during the year and win more than one or two games.
And I don't disagree with that at all.
There's two sides.
Exactly.
There are clearly two sides.
Clearly two sides to that.
But as physical as this game is, you take a team that's 0-10 and put them up against a 10-0 football team, I don't think that that's what you have in mind.
But I'll close this up by simply telling you the majority of those games were only in Division I. Those were the only division where you had 17 and 16 schools per region. Everything else, you had 20, 25 teams. Opening kick, second half underway in Westerville North. We'll take the football, and this is the dangerous D.C. Alexander, who has 2 touchdown receptions in the game, taking the opening kick back out to the 30-yard line.
And why not?
Guess what?
Why not?
And I'll give him credit for this, as our crack statistician Jason Van Hoos said, after the game tonight, the officials all may need Tommy John surgery from the amount of times they've been throwing flags on the field tonight. You know who Tommy John was,
I
right?
do.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
I think probably illegal block in the back here. Holding.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. We'll have 1st and 10, Westerville North.
Westerville North will start with the football in this second half, move back to the 17-yard line. There are the numbers for the senior starting quarterback, Jakari Stovall. His first start, he spent 3 years watching a pretty good quarterback in Ronald Jackson. And look at those numbers in his debut. 12 of 18, a $127, a couple of touchdown passes, and no interceptions to this juncture of the game.
I think we'll see a solid amount of running by Caden Childress here, especially where the ball is positioned inside the 20-yard line.
Touch pass coming to the near side. This is Jaden Smith, and he is knocked down. He's one of those talented wideouts that Stan Jackson talked about. They wanted to try to get the ball in his hands a lot, his first varsity start tonight. The same, oh, by the way, with D.C. Alexander and his 2 touchdown receptions tonight. There's Smith, the 5'9", 165-pound junior. Westerville North's offense last year totaled 371 yards per game, the bulk of that coming courtesy of Ronald Jackson, who was just 3 yards shy of 3,000 total yards of offense last season. Threw 18 touchdown passes, rushed for 10 scores last season. Reverse, and coming to the far side is Jaden. He wants to throw. There's a man wide open, just waiting for the football at the 40, and that's the tight end, Desmond O'Canty. And there he goes. He runs through a tackle attempt, loses his balance, and stumbles down at the 30 as chasing him down at the last moment for Westerville Central. Catching from behind was Jackson Mark, a senior cornerback who got there at the last moment to save a touchdown.
Well, great execution on the gadget play there. Nobody expecting it. Obviously, the defensive backs were toast on this play. There's the handoff, the reverse coming around, and this ball again thrown to a wide open receiver, and Desmond O'Canty run down from behind. But that is a spectacular play and a gutsy call by State Jackson inside the 20-yard line.
That was, in fact, Julian Bradley who chased him down from behind. A number change for Westerville Central. Play on the handoff inside the 30 to the 28-yard line to pick up a 5. As Trey Jackson gets inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Stan Jackson, one of the things when we were talking this week about his football team, he said we have to play the best to be the best. After tonight's game, we'll tell you more about this in a moment, but this is a heck of a schedule that the Warriors have. I'll tell you about this coming up after this next play. 2nd down and 4 for Westerville North. They'll hand the football off, and this is Trey Jackson trying to get to the outside. He is knocked down in the middle of the field. Good job by the interior of that Westerville Central defense. Kajai Johnson there, helped out by Devon Lipsey. After tonight, they play Olentangy Orange, which went 9-3 last year and has one of the top quarterbacks in the state, Levi Smith. Then they play defending state champion Bishop Watterson. And then after tonight, or after that Bishop Watterson game, they play Cincinnati St. Xavier.
On the road.
On the road, in Cincinnati.
Well, he says you're going to be the best, you got to play the best, like you said. In their scrimmages this year, they went up against Glenville and Gahanna. So they're not going to shy away from any competition.
Stovall back to throw on 3rd down and 3. Looks right, comes to the left with the football, and he's just going to keep the football and run. It slides down, and penalty flag comes in after he goes down. That was a tough situation there for Braden Warden, the outside linebacker. Stovall had started to head down with a knee to slide down, and Warden made contact with him when he was on the turf.
I don't know how you stop if you're a defensive player. That's just one of those bang-bang plays. It's the right call by the official.
Personal foul on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. We'll have 1st and 10.
Again, when the quarterback gives himself up, that's the key. When he gives himself up right there, he's down. And there you can see the late hit coming in.
Yeah.
On replay, it's pretty obvious there that Braden Warden was late getting to the dance.
Childress, the ball carrier, gets to the 10. And a 2nd down upcoming. Westerville North, helped out by the penalty, has moved into the Valley Ford of Columbus red zone. Valley Ford of Columbus, where great deals meet even greater service. I agree with you. Going back to the personal foul call, but defenders sometimes are put in no man's land.
You can't do it. Yeah. You're put in no man's land, and again, nobody injured on the play. Right call by the official. Move on to the next play.
Initial drive of the second half, Westerville North with the football and a 17-0 lead. Stovall keeps the football. He's going to angle to the near side, tries to get to the 5, and steps out of bounds as he had a couple of guys in white shirts racing over to greet him as he turned the corner and got to the 6-yard line.
Well, he wanted DC Alexander again for touchdown number 3 on the night. Alexander's the receiver down to the bottom of your screen on the left side of the quarterback. Man coverage. Nigo Bokatech, who's had his hands full over there, just a sophomore going up against that junior wide receiver, DC Alexander.
Here's Trey Jackson on the handoff, and he muscles his way towards the goal line, does not get in. He got to the 1.
And that'll be first and goal right at the 1-yard line. So the biggest fear that Josh Frankie had in his football team is that this is exactly what would happen. Westerville North come out here and pound the football here in the first drive of the second half.
Jackson stays in the game at the running back spot. They have a slot. And this is Stovall trying to get to the end zone and cannot turn the corner to get in. Good job over there defensively. Gregory Woods, who's had a very good game at that defensive end spot for Westerville Central, was able to straighten that play out and bring down Jakari Stovall.
You know, we talk about protecting the edge, and that is the perfect job by that defense over there, not allowing the quarterback to run to the short side of the field there. A little surprised they just didn't give the ball to Trey Jackson, the sophomore running back. They will now.
Yeah, they'll do that this time, but penalty flags come in as Jackson gets into the end zone. Westerville Central had a lot of guys on the field. There was a lot of movement there.
Illegal substitution on the defense, half the distance to the goal, still second down.
So the play will not count. The ball will be moved half the distance, so they'll basically pick it up and set it back down. Ball was right about the 1-yard line. Clock rolling, you see that lower right of your screen. We're in quarter number 3 at Westerville North High School. Stovall over center.
Oh my goodness.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 10. Offense, 5 yards, still second down.
Trey Jackson lined up as a solo running back there. Just kind of lurched a step back there, and that's an automatic, so that takes it back to the 6-yard line, and Stan Jackson's got to be really frustrated.
And again, that look at the penalty brought to you by the United States Army. Uncover your potential in the United States Army.
Second down the goal, 7-yard line.
As Jeff mentioned, the ball moved back to the 7. Stovall again over center. Jackson, handoff, finds a hole, gets through it momentarily, and then is brought down.
Nathan Jackson on the carry. Takes it to the 3-yard line. First down the goal.
Well, quite a pancake block that time by number 77, the left guard, Mulu Lungu. We talked about this young man, number 77, 6'2", 245, just a sophomore, doing a really good job up there controlling that offensive line.
Devon Lipsy was in on the stop for Westerville Central, that talented junior linebacker. Third and goal, ball 3 for Westerville North. The lead's at 17-0. They're trying to increase that margin here. Childress back into the game and dives towards the goal line and does not get in. His helmet got in, but the ball did not cross the goal line.
Well, no question here, you go for it on 4th down. They got it inside the 1-yard line. No way they're taking field goal here. I'd put the quarterback right under center and quarterback sneaking. How about a little tush push?
Stovall, 5'7", 139 pounds.
Well, they're bringing the meat in up front, right? They're bringing the biggest guy they can find in that offensive line or defensive line, Saheed Kibi, right over the center.
They're going to hand it off this time, and it is Caden Childress this time. Jeff getting into the end zone, and he's greeted right away by DC Alexander as another penalty flag comes in.
Going to have a celebration penalty on Westerville North.
Caden Childress with the officially 1-yard touchdown run at the 5:27 mark of quarter number 3.
Officials are talking about it. It looks to me like it's going to be a we've seen a couple of celebrations that have been going on after scores already in this game. And Marty, a lot of different opinions about this. The kids see this on Saturday. They see it certainly on Sunday. But a fine line between, celebrating with your teammates versus drawing attention to yourself.
Well, if all they were doing was a little dancing there, I
understand.
I can't. I understand the rule. Believe me, I fully understand the rule. Officials are still sorting this out. Here's the touchdown run by Childress. Good blocking. Desmond O'Canty, the tight end, had lined up as a slot, and Childress just simply had to follow him through the hole right there.
That's just power on power at that point, going up over that left side where Mulu Lungu is, along with Danilian Taylor. Officials are talking to both coaches at this stage. See if we can get the call.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Westerville North, number 3. We'll penalize that on the kickoff. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 53 of Westerville North. We'll penalize that one half the distance on the kickoff. We'll try for point.
We're going to be kicking from the 20-yard line. You're going to get field position, Coach. That's the upside of this thing, but
Griffin Wolf on to try the extra point. 23-0 is the lead at this juncture for Westerville North.
Stan Jackson still in conversation with the officials on the sideline, and
Wolf had a very good preseason kicking the football for the Warriors. Extra point attempt is on the way, and the extra point attempt is good. 24-0, Westerville North with 5:27 left in quarter number 3. You are watching Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton.
With a new Toyota from Toyota's national sales event, summer plays on. Whether you're teaching the art of tailgating, showing up for the home team, or finding the ultimate skybox, with a new Toyota, you can keep summer playing anywhere.
Get a new 25 Corolla or any new Camry with 4.99 APR financing. Lease a Corolla from $199 a month or Camry from $279 a month.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
24-0, Westerville North over Westerville Central. Now they're going to walk off the unsportsmanlike conduct calls after the touchdown. First one 15 yards and then half the distance. We'll move the ball back to the inside the 15-yard line to the 13, and that's where the ball will be kicked off from. So Westerville Central figures to get very good field position here to start a drive where they have to get something generated here. I mean, the one thing about that opening drive is it took a little over half of the third period clock, Jeff.
Yep, good job by Westerville North of trying to kill that clock, being conservative, going down the field. The big play, obviously, in the drive being the reverse halfback pass all the way down the field to the tight end, and that was the difference maker because they had terrible field position, again because of penalties, putting themselves in a negative situation.
Cam Hebner to the near side, Omar Bangura to the far side will field the kick of Griffin Wolf. They are stationed at their own 36-yard line. And again, the kick coming from right about the 13, middle of the field. And a low liner, chest high, fielded by Hebner. And he'll run straight up the middle of the field. He's in North territory, then gets knocked backwards immediately as he just got across the midfield stripe. Jamari Lovett in on the stop for the Westerville North Warriors. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we will be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. It's presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. It's paid for by NHTSA. Jeff and I will select the school bus stop of the game coming up afterwards in quarter number 4, which will be after quarter number 3. That's what I meant by afterwards.
Thank you.
Huh?
Officials timeout for it looked like an equipment issue.
I think that's what it was for Will Logan, the nose guard, had to check out and have a part of his gear checked. So from the 46, Westerville Central with a penalty flag down. Kevin King-Foku trying to get to the outside on the handoff is brought down. Again, the line of scrimmage was the 46. And once again, Chris Beckstead will visit with you.
Illegal formation, 5 in the backfield on the offense. 5 yards, still first down.
To make sure Chris turns in his invoice after the game.
Getting paid by the word. Holy cow!
First and 15, 5:11 to go here in this quarter.
Well over 20 penalties for the game so far. For those of you keeping score at home.
Good look right there at Nate Miller III, the starting quarterback, the freshman. And he'll get a chance to work the offense here. Has Hebner in the flat, and Hebner able to scoot into Westerville North territory. Down to the sidelines, and Kellyanne Stitz.
The Army years ago, because I went to college, right? Tried a college route. I just did not want to know, what I wanted to do with myself. I was kind of like lost. So I walked myself into the recruiting station, actually here in Westerville, 14 years ago, and then that's where I've been. Made a career out of this.
And what has been your favorite part about your career in the Army?
I would say the travels. Asia, Europe, a lot of different countries I've been to. So much, I've seen half the U.S. just from personal and work travels.
What would be the best advice you'd give for someone looking to join the Army?
Best piece of advice I can give you is that the Army is a great place. Like if you were looking to, not sure what you want to do, kind of find yourself, right? Whether it's just 3 years, part-time, college, take the benefits that the Army can give you from just, like a 3-year contract and use it to kind of as a stepping stool, launch pad for life.
And for those interested, where can they go to find information?
You can visit us here in Westerville. We're right here on Westerview Avenue, right by campus.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Guys.
Kellyanne, thank you, and I will second that. Thank you for the service. Both of my two oldest are veterans, my son of the Army, my daughter of the Navy. It's okay to say Navy around Army. Our producer, Dean Marini, he's a Marine, so here's a handoff on the inside now. Bangura has some running room for the first time tonight, high-stepping his way across the 35. But it's coming back.
The play before that, we had offsetting penalties. This one's coming back against Westerville Central, Marty, as you mentioned. And
holding, number 64 of the offense, 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay, second down.
Finally get a decent play where you're able to break off and get some good yardage. And all that great field position given back with a couple of penalties against Westerville Central.
Left guard Jacob Richardson there. You can see right there, great camera work as he had his arms wrapped around that defensive lineman, Lawson Achani. Ball moved back to the 43. We have eclipsed the 200-yard mark in penalty yardage tonight, 220.
So that's the leading rusher tonight, Mr. Penalty.
Here's Miller looking to throw now, flushed out of the pocket and will just fire ahead. Bangura was the intended receiver, but he just could not shake free to the near side. He was trying to lose the cornerback, Jaden Smith, to the near side, but could not do it. And Nate Miller just had to basically ground that one. There is a Westerville Central player down at the 40-yard line. 4:18 to go, quarter number 3. All Westerville North. They lead Westerville Central 24-0. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals, brought to you by D.R. Horton. Dave Holmes, Beanie Wells, Cardale Jones, they are your hosts for The Script. It's a new podcast that covers the Ohio State story with big opinions and real talk from real Buckeyes. New episodes every week. The Script, available now wherever you get your podcasts. 4:18 to go here, quarter number 3. Westerville North in this season opener leads their cross-district rivals, Westerville Central, 24-0. And here's Nate Miller flushed out of the pocket again, and he'll just throw this one away. The times he has had time, Jeff, to get back there and throw the football, there have been a lot of guys wearing maroon and gold running right at him.
Yeah, no question about it. And, trying to get out there, you don't want to make a worse play out of it, and really just no receiver there to be able to throw the football to. And they really pass up a terrific opportunity with his play started at the 46-yard line of Westerville North. Great field position following the 2 penalties after the score, but Westerville Central will give it right back to North.
Jaden Smith to the near side, DC Alexander to the far side to field the punt of Westerville Central. And Cullen Buss will split a couple of defenders and then get off almost a running style kick. That will be fielded, dropped by DC Alexander. The ball's on the field right now, and Central may have it, and they do. A big break for the Warhawks right there. A lot of congestion around DC Alexander as he came racing up the field, that punt, unable to grab it, and it falls on the turf, and Westerville Central gets its first break of the night, and they have the football inside the 25 on the fumble on the punt at the 21 of Westerville North.
Boy, poor execution by both teams and special teams. That time on the punt, the punter bobbles the football, should have had it blocked, should have been taken down, then fortunate enough to kick it up there, should have been a fair catch or just get away from it. And you can see right there, his own man in the way, and that ball is loose, and Westerville Central gets a reprieve here. Can they get back into this football game trailing 24-0? Hang on.
Ball's at the Warrior 21-yard line. Toss. And they're going to throw it back now. This is Miller trying to get to the ball, and it was almost intercepted as Rylan Moran tried to throw it back to Nate Miller curling out. That ball was almost picked off.
Their own gadget play. Looked like they had the quarterback wide open trying to throw the ball back to Nate Miller.
Just didn't get enough under that. That was on a first down. Again, that first down sponsored by Buckeye State Bank. And watch Moran. Kind of lost his footing there as well, too. That might have affected the way he threw that football. You could see it right there, Jeff. His feet wobbled as he lost his balance. Looked like the turf monster might have got his foot right there.
Like anybody else, you got to get that your feet set to be able to throw the ball. That's a very difficult play throwing back across your body.
Hand off to Kevin King Foku, and he tries to get a little running room to the right side, but the Westerville North defense did a good job again of keeping their eyes on the standout running back, number 23, and on the tackle, Damian King for Westerville North. Kevin King Foku got right back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. So after a 1st and 10 at the 21, they're now facing a 3rd down and 10 at the 21-yard line. But you go back to that gadget play they ran a moment ago, and if Moran doesn't lose his footing, Nate Miller was wide open down that sideline.
No question. A little bit of confusion here with the play call. Clock down to 3 seconds. There's going to be a timeout by Westerville Central.
Timeout, Westerville Central. They're first.
Thanks to Kroger Great Lakes Distribution Center. Tonight's game is streaming live to you on the ABC6 YouTube channel, as well as on the ABC6 News app and on the CWColumbus.com. 24-0 the lead. One of the interesting stories about this matchup between these two teams as we welcome back in Kellyanne Stitz. Josh Frankie's wife has a rather unique relationship with these two schools, does she not?
Yeah, she does. Kendra is actually a Westerville North grad, but I hate to break it to you guys and to the Westerville North Warriors, she is fully committed to the Warhawks, 100%. That's because she understands the sacrifice he and his family have made to support his coaching career. She, of course, wants him to win because also it's just a better environment at home. In fact, his daughter joked and was like, Dad, I really hope that Dad wins because I want to have a sleepover. And Mom told me that Dad's not in the most pleasant mood after a loss. So she was hoping for a win tonight to also have a sleepover.
Priorities, right? Priorities. Here's a handoff, and coming from the far side is Foku. There are flags down again as Foku tried to turn the corner to the near side. We'll get the penalty.
Sorry for the moaning and groaning.
Sorted out here.
I can see the hold.
Okay.
I can see the hold from up here. And
holding, number 61 of the offense, 10-yard penalty. Replay third down.
The other thing that was so interesting about Josh Franke in his first year at Westerville Central, he didn't get the job until June and had to basically get to the school then to take over. He had to finish out his teaching. He didn't come on staff until June because he had to finish out his teaching at Toronto. So we're talking an hour, 50 minutes away from Westerville in the eastern part of the state of Ohio. So it was really hard for him in year number one to get here and get his program where he wanted it. So he kind of hit the ground running last year, Jeff, and as you know, that makes it very hard to,
think about
get
trying
anything
to
instilled.
put a staff
together.
together. I mean, just the things that you wanted to do. And so this is really his first full year being with all his football players. And
down goes Miller in the backfield. Yep. As, again, just no room to breathe for Nate Miller as crashing through that time with the tackle for Westerville North was Tylen Brown, the 6'1", 260-pound sophomore defensive lineman. He's had a big game tonight. He's made a couple of big stops in this game, and that was a big one right there on 3rd down and 20.
Yeah, they've got some depth in that defensive line, and they're going to go ahead and kick it away. And you can see the pressure right up front. There was no way that Noah Mitchell, the right guard, was able to hold on to him.
High snap. That the kick is bounding into the end zone, but there is a penalty flag down as Cohen Buss was tripped up after kicking the football.
An interesting call. It's going to be running into the kicker. But at the time that he was coming in, he was being blocked as well. See what they do with the call.
Damian King was the Westerville North Warrior who made contact with the punter. 1:54 to go here in this third quarter. Let the officials sort through this. And again, here is the popular Chris Beckstead.
There's no foul for roughing the kicker as he was blocked. We have a sideline warning on Central.
Jeff Logan, as always, right on top of it.
Well, again, that's one of those bang-bang plays as well. Was the contact there because of the rush, or were you blocked into him? I don't know if we're going to be able to get another look at it or not. But I think the officials did a really good job there of talking it out and coming up with they thought was the right call. I'm not sure Josh Franke agrees with it, but again, at this stage, he's looking for any break that he can get in this game. 1:54 to go in quarter number 3. Westerville North Warriors up 24-0, as you see there.
I think one of the things that certainly he's going to look at, and he being Josh Franke, he told us earlier in the week, Jeff, that he was so happy with what he saw in the scrimmages. His team won the battle of the line of scrimmage in their scrimmages. They went up against some pretty good teams. Groveport Madison did not score a rushing touchdown against them. They did a good job of doing all that tonight. It's just been very difficult. As Stovall heaves it long downfield, the pass is incomplete off the hands of the defensive back who had got back, Nico Bogatic, who had got back defensively. Almost came away with the interception on that.
Jaden Smith was the intended receiver, but he gave up on the play. I mean, Jaden Smith had stopped running his route altogether, and Jakari Stovall was still trying to make that play go. Probably pretty fortunate, Marty, that ball was not picked off.
Don't forget, after the game, we'll give you a chance to get caught up on what is happening with your favorite high school team. Watch FNR Scores tonight after the game. It's on Fox 28, sponsored by D.R. Horton. D.R. Horton is America's builder, and all the scores coming your way on the only place to go for the scores, FNR Scores. Handoff inside now, just bullying his way upfield and running over people across the 35-yard line for Westerville North is Caden Childress. He's had a big night, the 5'11", 192-pound senior.
And let's all stand up and celebrate No flags. No flags. Terrific. You're talking about scores after the game and that sort of thing. Got an early score here. Another big game going on. Gahanna at Pickerington Central. Pickerington Central up 31-14 in that game. Not surprised that Pick Central's good again.
Absolutely. We're going to see the Tigers in a couple of weeks. Here's Childress after he got his shoe back on. Rumbles his way in across the 45 to the 47. Pickerington Central. Rocco Williams at quarterback. He's a good one. And in fact, in the backfield now, that's Jamarian Lovett at the running back spot who had that last carry. I mentioned Childress, he had to check out. He lost a wheel, lost his shoe, and here's Lovett. Just look at that running over people across the 45-yard line. And he'll get the handoff again. Stutter steps, accelerates, and gets out near the midfield stripe before he is dropped down. Another one of the big games in the area tonight was that matchup between Big Walnut and Columbus Watterson. That game was played over at Ohio Dominican. Now, we understand that game was slow in getting started because they had a power outage at Ohio Dominican tonight. But the power outage right now, Bishop Watterson, full power. They're up 37-15 in that game right now. Handoff inside as Childress back in the game.
Another penalty flag. Greg Belisari's son, the quarterback of that Bishop Watterson team. And they are the defending state champs.
Number 77 of the offense, 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay second down.
We will see them a little bit later on this season. Looking forward to that when they take on their friends from St. Francis de Sales. Westerville North, we'll see them on Friday night, September the 6th. Next week, that's where we will be. Upper Arlington and Olentangy Berlin. They'll meet at Berlin. It's a bear fight next Friday night. And we're looking forward to having that one for you right here on FNR, our Friday Night Rivals, Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton. Here's a carry out near the midfield stripe, and tumbling down is Caden Childress as the third quarter comes to a conclusion. We go to quarter number 4 here in this season opener at Westerville North. The Warriors steamrolling their cross-district rivals, the Westerville Central Warhawks. 24-0 as we go to quarter number 4 on Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton.
You're the winner of tonight's 50-50 drawing, and you're going home with $231.
24-0, Westerville North on top of Westerville Central. It's our season debut of Friday Night Rivals, Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton, along with Ohio State Hall of Fame running back Jeff Logan, Kellyanne Stitz, who's probably in a Hall of Fame on the sideline. I'm Marty Bannister. Jason Van Hoos has the stats for us, and we're glad you're with us here tonight as we debut our coverage. Great schedule of games coming up for you this year on Friday Night Rivals. Here's Jakari Stovall stepping up and coming to the near side and has a receiver wide open as Jaden Smith, and cuts inside the 30 to the 25, inside the 20-yard line, and is brought down at the 15-yard line, and that carry takes him right into the Valley Ford of Columbus red zone. Valley Ford of Columbus, where great deals meet even greater service.
A lot of receivers running deep patterns there, clearing out the underneath, and recognition by Jayden Smith and Jakari Stovall, finding the open spot in that coverage. And look at this, throwing a little sugar there, and nice block downfield that time by Caden Childress.
Picks up 37 to the 16-yard line. Oh, here we go. You spoke too soon. You spoke too soon.
Snap, false start, number 11 on the offense. 5 yards, still first down.
So that will push the Warriors back to the 21-yard line. Stan Jackson and his staff, if things stay the way they are, certainly a lot to build on out of this tonight, even though they are going to, at least right now, hold on to a comfortable win. There's still 11 minutes left to play in this one, but they've shown no signs of taking their foot off the gas. This is Childress, brought down inside the 20, and we were talking earlier about that rather gruesome schedule they have awaiting them. Olentangy Orange next week, back here for Bishop Watterson, and then they go down to Cincinnati for St. X. And let's not overlook the fact that right after that, they have Delaware Hayes, and Delaware's got a pretty good program of Favor Aki at the running back spot. He's one of the best in the country. And then after that, they get Westerville South.
Westerville South and Westerville Central will go head-to-head next week.
Next week, yep. Both these schools members of the Ohio Capital Conference. This is Childress, knocked out near the 10-yard line. The Warriors are in the OCC Capital, and the Warhawks are in the OCC Ohio. The OCC could be going through another change. Logan, which just joined the league last year, has petitioned for membership into the Mid-State League. So a one-year stay looks like, well, it would probably be one more than another year to get officially over to the Mid-State League. But
bit off a little bit more than you could chew.
Childress 98 yards, a couple away from 100. But you talk to the folks at Logan, and they say no. That they felt they were a pretty good fit.
Yep.
It was more about geography, I guess, more than anything. Yeah. Stovall fakes, throws, and overshoots Jayden Smith on a post at the and Warriors in the end zone. So that will bring up a fourth down, and we'll see what Stan Jackson wants to do. Griffin Wolf's already started to lead the field goal unit onto the field. I always thought that was an interesting addition anyway to the OCC, Jeff, bringing Logan in, located southeast Ohio, way down 33.
You know, and it's tough for teams to travel there for games, but think about Logan having to do it 5 times during the season.
Right.
Everywhere they go is a big road trip.
Exactly. It's in that 45-minute, and in some cases even an hour drive. Wolf, ball at the 17. The kick is blocked. The field goal attempt blocked, and Westerville Central will get the football as Warriors were able to, or the Warhawks rather, were able to get pressure and block the kick. So the Central Warhawks will get the football. 9:31 to go. They got to be in a big-time hurry. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals presented by D.R. Horton.
Summer's almost over.
But there's lots of end-of-summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Go long! Yes. Time run! Manning drops back and he flips one right down the middle. Well done. No, this one's burning.
Now you can get a new 25 RAV4 with 4.99 APR financing, or lease a gas-powered RAV4 for $309 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance included.
Come in today.
Great job, rookie.
Toyota, let's go places.
Westerville Central with the ball at their own 20-yard line. After the blocked field goal attempt, they start on offense. Flare pass, Kevin King-Foku, and he is run down right away and dropped as Damian King, the 6'3", 230-pound junior defensive end, one of the returning starters on Stan Jackson's defense, makes the tackle. Play will lose back to the 16. Talking about some of the changes and big stories in high school football as you watch King wrap up Foku. Here's Miller back to throw, just heaves this one upfield, easily picked off in the middle of the field by Devon Dallas. And he wiggles his way inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. That ball just floated up into the air, and Devon Dallas easily picked it off, the 6', 170-pound junior. Westerville Central did not turn the ball over in their scrimmages. They turned it over here in quarter number 4.
Yep. And again, that's a situation where Nate Miller, that's the freshman mistake that you expect. Not blaming the young man. I mean, this is all new. The game is much faster at this level than anything he's seen in scrimmages. And I think this kid has a terrific upside. But that time they turned the ball over, and another scoring opportunity for the Westerville North Warriors.
Devon Dallas getting the turnover belt. Dallas with a Texas-sized chain around his neck right there with that turnover chain. Handoff inside the 15. 6', 170-pound junior, had 8 tackles last year. Big interception right there. C.J. Wells, the ball carrier, just a moment ago for Westerville North.
Yep. Trey Jackson checking into the ball game.
8.5 to go here in the quarter, in the game.
Yep. C.J. Wells coming out. He's the freshman.
Wears the same number as his dad did at Ohio State, 28. Jackson off to the left of the quarterback, Jakari Stovall, who has engineered his team to a 24-0 lead. Hands off to Jackson, who backwards goes ahead and then gets shoved back, and we have a penalty flag down. I was referencing some of the big stories.
Holding, number 53 of the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot, replay second down.
Around high school football, Jeff, I know we want to send out some best wishes to our friend Jay Sherritt back in high school coaching at his alma mater, Circleville.
How about that?
Yeah.
That is terrific.
I think that caught a lot of people off guard when he decided to get back into the coaching business. Long-time successful career at Pickerington Central, guided the Tigers to state championships. And back in the coaching business.
Give him a lot of credit for pretending that he didn't want to coach for 3 or 4 years, right?
And knowing Jay, I'd almost guarantee his wife said, go ahead.
Would you leave?
Please go.
Go do something.
You're more than welcome to go back to coaching. Huh?
A lot of new coaches in the Central District this season.
On 2nd and 17, they flare to the near side now, and this is Childress trying to get to the edge. And a nice open field tackle over there by a couple of Westerville Central defenders coming up that time. Keon Haar was there for the Warhawk defense, and helping him out was Julian Bradley.
Yeah, this may surprise you, but there was a penalty on the play. What's our update on the leading rusher in the game, the guys with the stripes?
Jason Van, who's on the stats, he's been pretty busy in that category tonight.
Oh, he's used up his calculator. It's burned up. He's now gone to Chisenbop. He's over there doing all kinds of.
To what?
You ever heard of Chisenbop? That's another way of keeping math.
Oh, okay, all right. Learn something new from you every week on these games.
Marty Bannister, the voice of Ohio University football.
Now, why did that come out of that?
And you guys are going to be making a visit to the Ohio State University. That's going to be a nice homecoming for you.
If they let me in.
Exactly. No, I think it's fabulous that Ohio is coming to play Ohio State.
Well, all I will say is it's going to be a fun night, but Bobcats have a couple of big ones before that, including next Thursday night opening at Rutgers, and then the West Virginia Mountaineers are coming to Athens. There's a flare to the near side and a good catch over there by O'Canty, and he's able to move his way upfield across the 30-yard line. He had to haul in that low throw and then keep his balance and turn upfield, and gets to the 27-yard line. We're way in double digits, are we not?
In penalties?
Yes.
Well, I'm just going to give you the yards.
Okay.
Because 272 yards of penalties tonight. Wow. I don't know how to position that.
And down goes Stovall in the backfield, and this is a fumble as the beanbag comes out. The ball is loose on the field, but Westerville North was able to get Caden Childress back to recover that. And Stovall, I'm not really sure what was happening there. Stovall looked like he almost stopped for a moment, and as he was going down, he tried to throw the football ahead. It was ruled a fumble. The clock is continuing to roll. But if it was ruled a fumble, why is the clock still rolling right now? Apparently it wasn't. Okay, it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
All right. Well, but it was an incomplete pass.
Can't be incomplete pass.
Right.
The clock would stop.
Then the clock would stop. And it was,
Maybe it's a mercy rule.
now it's 4th down, though. Okay.
Now they're going to stop the clock.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, offense, 5 yards, still 4th down.
Unless they ruled it a sack, then
may have ruled him down.
Might have ruled him down. That means the clock would then continue, obviously.
Right, 6:21 remaining.
Okay.
All right, we're 4th and about 52.
Ball's back at the 43. They need to get to the 6 for a first down. Back to throw with Stovall. Now he's just going to heave this one long, and this is more like a punt than anything else. And the pass falls incomplete. There is another penalty flag down. Yeah.
Yep.
Back at the 47 where Stovall released the football.
We're going to get roughing the passer. Personal foul. Yeah. No, I hope it's not an automatic first down. That would be unfair. It looks to me like, good play by the defensive backs, by the way. Don't catch that ball.
Right,
don't intercept it.
Exactly.
Because it was a 4th down play, and if the play stands, you're going to get the ball at the 43-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense, 15 yards. The penalty will result in a 1st and 10.
Oh, my goodness. I feel bad for Josh Frankie and his football team. I mean, this is just makes things a lot worse.
Stovall was dropping back to throw. The rush got to him, and again, 1, 2.
Yeah, you can
a
see
couple
where
of
it was
steps
coming.
there, yeah.
All right, Marty, we're at 32 penalties on the night for 292 yards.
Oh, my goodness. 33.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 11, 5 yards, still 1st down.
Now, let's be clear about one thing. We're not making fun of either one of these programs by any stretch of the imagination. It's just been there's been so much that has happened in this as far as first game jitters. I think things along those lines kind of all play into it. But I think as well, too, both these coaches are going to come up tomorrow morning with their staffs. And, guys, we got a lot we got to work on here.
No kidding. No kidding. And I think at this stage, you got to try and end this thing with just running basic A, B, and C plays. Line it up, go on one, and just say we're just going to muscle it through.
And they will run the football now. This is Jackson, Trey Jackson, inside the 30 to the 28. Pickup of 5. As the clock continues to spin, we're halfway through quarter number 4. Westerville North grabbed a 17-0 halftime lead. Jakari Stovall threw 2 touchdown passes in the first half, both to D.C. Alexander. A Griffin Wolf field goal capped off the first half scoring. The Warriors have added another touchdown here in half number 2 in the third quarter, and that's where we stand right now, 24-0. Westerville Central really unable to get anything generated offensively in this game tonight. While certainly penalties did play a role in it, you do have to give some of the credit to that Westerville North defense. They were pretty much zeroed in on.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 28 of the offense, 5 yards, still 2nd down.
On the doings of Nate Miller at quarterback tonight. I think Chris Beckstad's even getting a little frustrated right now, too, the referee.
Yep.
We were telling you earlier, we'll be at Olentangy Berlin next week. And remember, we did the game Berlin Upper Arlington last year?
Yep.
That was during that stretch where it was about 100 degrees every day in central Ohio. And I remember walking into the press box over at Marv Moorhead Stadium, and it was basically a sauna that day. The door was just scorching hot. I think a kick, it was in the mid to upper 90s a kick. Here's Alexander with a catch inside the 20, trying to wiggle out of a couple of tackle attempts, and is finally spun out of bounds to the near side. Line of scrimmage was the 33. Alexander gets to the 19-yard line. That puts Westerville North in the Valley Ford of Columbus red zone. Valley Ford of Columbus, where great deals meet even greater service. That was just a brutally hot game that Upper Arlington won. Looking forward to the repeat matchup, or the rematch between those two, the next Friday night at Berlin High School. Ball's at the 18. 4:54 to go. Jackson on the handoff to the 15-yard line. It gets knocked backwards.
We've gone over the 300 mark, gentlemen. We are there. The Eagle has landed.
Prior to the game tonight here, the folks at Westerville North celebrated their state basketball championship team. A number of the players on this football team were a part of that team, which won the Division II state championship back in March in Dayton.
Illegal formation, 5 in the backfield on the offense. 5 yards, still first down.
Damian King and Desmond O'Canty both played off the bench for that state championship team, which boat raced Massillon Perry in the D2 title game, 78-46.
You know, it's interesting, Marty. You might expect some of these kind of mistakes late in the game if you had your second or third team guys in there, but we're still running number ones.
Jackson handoff to the 20, and he is brought down. Picked up 4. The OCC had a very good championship year last year. Westerville North winning the boys Division II basketball championship. But how about the year that the Olentangy district had?
My goodness.
Olentangy Liberty won the Division I state football championship. Olentangy Orange won the Division I boys state championship. The Olentangy Braves won the boys Division I baseball, won that championship. The first time ever any school district has swept the so-called Big Three, football, basketball, and baseball. And not to be outdone, the Olentangy Liberty boys and girls lacrosse teams won state championships. Second down at 12. Stovall back to throw. Looking, steps up into the pocket now. Will look again now. Zips it towards the end zone, and the ball juggled and falls incomplete. Trying to get the ball into the hands of C.J. Wells. And he had his hands on it for a moment. Just could not pull the ball in the end zone.
A lot of traffic right then when it came over the middle, and you can see a little slow getting up, thinking it might be just a cramp situation or maybe the wind knocked out of him. But that was thrown into traffic. We're going to get a great shot here from our fabulous camera crew. Scrambling, throwing the dart right into your living room, and you can see right there, and he takes this late shot. Nearly had it for the score. And that's why I think it's a cramping situation.
Julian Bradley was on coverage for Westerville Central. Timeout on the field. All Westerville North. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton. Buckeye State Bank is proud to support Friday Night Rivals. Buckeye State Bank. Bank local and earn more with Buckeye State Bank. Join at bsb.com. 3:36 remains to be played in this one tonight. Westerville North on its way to its third straight win in this cross-district rivalry. After Westerville Central had won 13 in a row. Since Stan Jackson has come on board, his Warriors have not lost in this series. And opening in the end zone was Desmond O'Canty, but Stovall, one of the few times tonight, unable to connect with his receivers and overshot O'Canty in the end zone. Incomplete pass.
Well, they had him wide open over the middle. Really good job. A really blown coverage in the secondary. The safety left the middle of the field and left it wide open. So on fourth down, obviously, they'll put the ball in the air again, would be my anticipation.
Oh, no candy. Boy, that is the very definition of wide open, isn't it?
Yep.
Saw that shot just a moment ago.
Watch Dizzy Alexander, top of your screen.
Back to throw. Stovall looking for the far side, and the pass is knocked away. On coverage over there was Nico Bogatic, who really never turned around, but he must have been following the eyes of Alexander, because at the last moment he stuck out that right hand and knocked the pass away. That was a heck of a play there by Bogatic.
Really good recognition that time. That ball is going to be thrown up higher for the receiver to be able to go up. Watch again. Gets the ball, gets air underneath it, but that ball has got to carry high enough.
Watch Bogatic. He never turned around.
Yeah.
First down at 10. The ball out to the 20-yard line. Here comes Nate Miller. Of course, last year they had Jason Gwynn at quarterback, who was injured, had his season come to a conclusion after 5 games. He is now at Ohio State as a preferred walk-on with Ryan Day's program. Miller to throw. Bangura with the catch. Trying to evade one tackle. Gets to the 20-yard line. Out of a tackle attempt for a moment, then is planted at the 22. A lot going on there for just a 2-yard gain. And Bangura now might be cramping up. Jeff was talking earlier, Westerville Central next week has Westerville South. Then they go back on the road for, well, in fact, next week is the game with Westerville South. It will be at Westerville Central. Then they host Bell Fountain and then welcome in Dublin Jerome. Be interesting to see what that Bell Fountain program will be like this year without Tavian St. Clair for the first time in a number of years.
Yeah, we never heard much about Bell Fountain until Tavian St. Clair became part of the story up there. Of course, Tavian St. Clair is a freshman, true freshman at The Ohio State University, part of that whole quarterback development over there. 4 or 5 guys in that quarterback room, and Julian Sand, the transfer from Alabama, getting the go-ahead from Ryan Day to become the starting quarterback in that game against Texas.
Bangura being helped off the field.
You better get that pickle juice down there, Kellyanne Stitz, or we're starting to cramp up on the field.
That was one of the first things she said to me when she saw me tonight.
That's right. I was going to say, unfortunately, Jeff, there is no pickle juice on this sideline. That was one of the first things I asked was how hot it was. Coach Jackson said they don't like it. They think it tastes bad. I think it tastes wonderful. But they have Pedialyte instead to help with those cramping issues.
Well, obviously we know that it's the pickle juice is the magic then.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I agree with Stan Jackson. I am solely on Stan Jackson's side. Pass deflected away by Lawson and Chani, who got there in a hurry.
You're not going to be chugging any of that anytime soon?
No. Not even on a dare. 3rd down and 8. Miller, middle field screen, goes through the hands of Kevin King-Foku. That play was set up pretty well. Ball had a little extra zip on it, but Kevin King-Foku could just not hang on to it. Josh Frankie said, Jeff, he's one of the best-kept secrets in Ohio, and we never really saw him get a chance to kind of back that up tonight. Again, they were unable to really get anything generated against this offense, but I think you watch that young man walk around on the field, I think Josh Frankie has a lot to be excited about.
Yeah, I'm going to follow the stats on this kid a little bit throughout the season because I think he's got a terrific upside.
I would agree.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, kicking team, 5 yards, still 4th down.
Punt will take a Westerville Central roll inside the 40. Good wobble there on the punt. The ball will roll dead at the 37-yard line.
This is the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
We have seen some big hits in the game tonight, but this one is the school bus stop of the game, brought to you by NHTSA, and it really snuffed out a Westerville Central opportunity to get any kind of offense going in this game. Credit to that goes to Lawson Achani of the Westerville North defense. That's our school bus stop of the game, brought to you by NHTSA.
This is the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Wouldn't expect much. New quarterback? Yep. Looks like Jakari is out of the game.
And a good night for that young man in his initial start. Now calling the signals for Stan Jackson is Ethan Stewart, a 6'3", 170-pound sophomore.
Hand off to Deshaun Lane, who's a freshman running back for Westerville North. We're in number 29, Jay-Sean Lane.
Stan Jackson, of course, played his college football at Ohio State, has had a number of former Buckeyes on his coaching staff, Reggie Germany, Beanie Wells. And that was one of the things that I think really helped turn around the attitude of this program here at Westerville North when he brought in all those former Buckeyes initially when he got here, Jeff. The players saw, wait a minute, this is how you do it.
You've been there.
Exactly.
I trust you.
Means a lot.
Yes, there's no question about it. There's another name on this roster, Winfield Garnett. Everybody remembers Winfield Garnett from Ohio State.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 77. 15-yard penalty. We'll have third down.
We've had some big ones in this game tonight, big plays. Here's the Middlefield Banking Company play of the game. Westerville North leading this one 24-0. What a catch by DC Alexander. After the catch, was able to spin free and scamper easily into the end zone for the second touchdown of the night. And Westerville North on its way to a victory. DC Alexander, 2 touchdown receptions tonight. That's your Middlefield Banking Company play of the game. Really like that young man's future.
Got quite an upside. There's no question about it.
1:45 to go. Handoff inside, out across the 35-yard line. Brought down shy of the 40-yard line is Lane on the carry that time, Jay-Sean Lane. It is getting close to that time. There it is for the first time in 2025, Jeff Logan.
Man, oh man. The first view of the orb in the 2025 season, and we're going to hand it to Stan Jackson.
How about that? 75 seconds away.
Very nice.
What I like about that is when you ask other coaches who have won that before, they are so excited to get it again.
They know about it.
They know about it,
yes.
Exactly.
That's special.
Yeah,
well,
no doubt about it.
And the delivery source.
Well, exactly.
You got Kellyanne down there delivering it. Let's just hope she doesn't end up with one of those Gatorade baths.
Keep an eye
again.
out for the cooler down there, Kellyanne. Well, the game where she got drenched, wasn't it one of those where it was like 30 degrees?
Oh, yeah.
Was that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm bringing back some great memories from Kellyanne down there on the sideline.
That's on her highlight reel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Under a minute to go, timeout on the field.
Sorry, guys, I was handling business with the orb down here because there will be 2 presentations that we'll be witnessing aside from our wonderful orb presentation. But you are right, that post-game water celebration is on my highlight reel and one of the highlights of my football career.
This timeout is brought to you by the Ohio State Highway Patrol. Start your journey today to transform your talents into a career with the Ohio State Highway Patrol. So this has been all Westerville North tonight. The Warriors trying to take the first step towards becoming ruler of the Ville. If they win this one, they knock off Westerville South. That trophy belongs to them, or that honor, if you will, belongs to them. And there is a lot of importance to that. Again, we talked about it a little bit earlier. That means a lot to the football players in this district. On to punt the football away. Spiraling kick. I believe that was the first punt of the night for Westerville North. As the ball angles. What a job right there. There's
good work.
Griffin Wolf. Again, WOLFE. We got it right again, Griffin, and a heck of a punt right there. As he angled that one towards the far side, it got down inside the 5, made a right turn, and went out of bounds at the 3. So, good job by Griffin Wolf. In 1 week, it is back. That's right, the football fever on ABC6. It's the perfect play to get you ready for the showdown at the shoe as the Buckeyes prepare to battle the Longhorns of the University of Texas. Watch the football fever next Saturday, 11 a.m. on ABC6. Dave Holmes, Kellyanne Stitz, cast of thousands getting you ready for the Buckeyes and the Hook'em Horns.
If anything else, it'll be a nice background with everyone cheering.
48 seconds left here.
We're set up in a very interesting formation here for Westerville Central.
Miller from the end zone throws. Pass is caught. This is Bangura out across the 10-yard line. That almost looked like an Arena Football League formation right there. I had a chance to call some of those games many years ago, and that certainly resembled that.
I find it hard to believe it. It almost looked like they were setting up for the hook and lateral kind of
I
a
thought
thing.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you for getting it right, too, hook and lateral. You hear some people call it hook and ladder. It's not a hook and ladder. I hear that all the time. They ran the hook and ladder. No,
I don't think so.
No, they didn't. Back to throw now is Miller with 14 seconds left. He'll heave this one near side, and it is intercepted. And that'll put an exclamation point on this one tonight for the Warriors of Westerville North as Parker Purdue with the interception. The 5'11 sophomore laid out for that one. A debut that Nate Miller, I'm sure, will file away in his back pocket and think, I'm going to be so much better next week. And I think we've seen at times tonight he does have that in him, but he just really didn't have much of a chance tonight to get anything going offensively.
No, and I don't see where it makes sense putting your freshman quarterback in that kind of a circumstance here with just seconds left in the ball game trying to make plays like that. So I would expect this to be a simple running play, 10 seconds remaining on the clock. And we will have the chance to award that man right there, Stan Jackson, with the orb from the CW. There's Reggie Germany to his right.
Third straight win in this series. And the third straight year they will have opened up with a victory. And there's a lot to be said for that from a momentum standpoint for Westerville North, regardless of whom you're playing. They've started the last 3 years 1-0.
You can't own the Ville without winning the first Ville.
That's right.
Right?
That's exactly right. Victory formation, 10 seconds left. I want to make sure I thank our entire CW Columbus crew, Dee Marie, our entire staff. Great job, everybody, tonight. We appreciate always your work. Jeff and I know you guys are the ones that make us look, sound good, and we appreciate everything that you do each and every week. And congratulations to Westerville North. The Warriors open up 2025 with a 24-0 victory over their rivals from Westerville Central. For Westerville North, they will be back in action next week. Pretty tough stop awaits them just up the road a bit at Olentangy Orange. While Westerville Central next week will be home to host Westerville South. Stan Jackson, the former Ohio State quarterback. There's Josh Frankie. While this is one that will sting, they have some pretty good talent, I think, on this Westerville Central team. And we'll see how they progress as the season goes along. 24-0 the final tonight. Westerville North with the win. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton.
With a new Toyota from Toyota's National Sales Event, summer plays on. Whether you're teaching the art of tailgating, showing up for the home team, or finding the ultimate skybox, with a new Toyota, you can keep summer playing anywhere.
Get a new 25 Corolla or any new Camry with 4.99 APR financing. Lease a Corolla from $199 a month or Camry from $279 a month.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
24-0 Westerville North with the victory. Welcome back to Westerville North High School. Marty Bannister, Jeff Logan, and in moments, Kellyanne Stitz will be on the field for the presentation of the orb to the winning team in each of our Friday Night Rivals broadcasts on the CW. We were so glad you had a chance to be with us here tonight, wherever you were checking out our broadcast. Team stats in this one tonight. The numbers back up the dominant night that the Westerville North Warriors had. That bottom line, I'm sure a lot of people are going to focus on that. And, okay, there were an awful lot of penalties. Can't sugarcoat that at all.
They
can't take that out of the mix.
Nope.
But they did churn out 408 yards, so I think Stan Jackson, I think there's a lot of things to like about his offense.
There's some upside there.
Absolutely,
I thought
absolutely.
Jakari looked really good out there. The penalties are inexcusable, though. I mean, and the Warhawks, from their standpoint, one of the things they were proudest of is they got through the entire preseason, through all their scrimmages without turning the football over, but they had 3 tonight. That's unacceptable.
One of them was that throwaway
Late.
interception at the end. I get it.
But the other two are, you just got to get those things right.
Exactly. There's a lot, certainly for both these teams to work on as they head to week number 2. That's where we will be next week at Olentangy-Berlin for the bear fight between the Olentangy-Berlin Bears and the Upper Arlington Golden Bears. Two had a great matchup last year at UA, and they'll renew pleasantries next Friday night. We'll have it for you with a 7 o'clock kick on the CW, our Friday night rivals, Toyota Friday night rivals, of course, presented by D.R. Horton. 24-0, our final tonight. Jakari Stovall, Westerville North throws 2 touchdown passes. D.C. Alexander on the receiving end of those throws. Griffin Wolf with a field goal. Touchdown run also into the game tonight for the Warrior offense. And they win it by the count of 24-0. And the Warriors are sprinting towards the south end zone to ring the victory bell. A little bit of excitement on this opening game win for the Westerville North Warriors. Brandon Bell waving the Warriors flag. Surrounded by the student body. Week number 1 of the high school football season, the march to Canton.
Yep. Nice to see in a rivalry like this
Yeah.
excitement in week number 1. But gentlemen, the celebration will be short because you got a lot of work to do. You're a good football team. You got a great upside, really a good future, I think. Stan Jackson's put together a pretty good group. But if you don't play disciplined football, it's not going to be any better than what happened last year.
And it gets no easier after tonight, make no mistake about it. At Olentangy Orange, then Bishop Watterson will be here, and then down to Cincinnati to take on St. Xavier. That was scheduled to have been a game with Franklin Heights, but Franklin Heights left the OCC, so Stan Jackson replaced it with Cincinnati St. Xavier. So I asked him, how did that game come about? And he said, well, hey, you want to be the best, you got to play the best. And, yeah, they're going to play one of the best.
Just want to start.
So that will be in 3 weeks, though, when they have to worry about that. Up next. And, again, they're going to see in the next 3 weeks, they're going to see some pretty good quarterbacks.
No, there's no question about it.
From Olentangy Orange, Bishop Watterson, and St. X, Kellyanne Stitz is with the victorious Westerville North Warriors.
Coach Jackson, before I present you this award, we're going to talk about this win tonight. The sounds of the victory bell resounding here, 3-0 against district rival Westerville Central. How proud are you of your guys?
Extremely proud of them. I mean, it's been tough through the summer. You know, we replaced a lot of really good players, and I'm not sure people expected us to be any good. You know, some names that people didn't know before tonight, but they know those names now, and I expect them to continue to get better every week.
A solid debut from your quarterback, Jakari Stovall. What did you see from him tonight?
Just poise and execution. It's tough sitting on a bench in high school when you want to play, when you have that burning desire to play. But he learned a lot in the years behind Ronald, and he came out here and displayed his full talents tonight. So I'm very proud and excited for him. But there's still some areas he can improve, so it tells you we can be even better offensively.
Just week 1. I won't ignore the elephant in the room. A lot of penalties tonight, a lot to clean up.
Lots of running to do.
Lots of running to do ahead of Olentangy Orange. But what kind of win, a win like this, how can it give you confidence against a next tough opponent?
Well, it's important to win games, right? We're here to win games and build men, to be honest with you. So it's important to get every win that you can because we got a very difficult schedule. We play, 4 of the top 25 teams in the state. And so it just gets tougher next week. It gets tougher after that. So every win is important, but we're ready for the challenge.
What did you learn from your team tonight?
Yeah, they're gritty, right? Anytime you can shut out any team in Division I football, especially a crosstown rivalry, it's pretty important. So our defense stepped up and was big for us. And then there's some areas we can grow, but they make plays when they needed to.
Well, congratulations on winning the Orb. These Warriors
24-0. Westerville North with the victory. Kellyanne Stitz with head coach Stan Jackson. And the Warriors win it and take home the Orb. Their second in 3 years.
Pretty good. They'll take it, but like I said, I don't want to be in that meeting tomorrow morning.
Again, 24-0 the final line. That will wrap it up for this edition of Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton. We're back with you next Friday at 7 o'clock when Upper Arlington heads to Delaware County to face off with Olentangy-Berlin. On behalf of Jeff Logan, Kellyanne Stitz, our entire CW Columbus crew, our statistician Jason Van Hoos, I'm Marty Bannister. Once again, our final score tonight here at Westerville North. The Warriors beat Westerville Central 24-0. We'll talk to you next week from Olentangy-Berlin.
Tonight's broadcast of Toyota's Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by these businesses.
Yes. Have you ever been iced? Yes. Our first game. Oh, okay, ready?